It doesn't.
Not really, does it?
He just likes to make it sound like it does.
Everything revolves around Eastern Standard Time, right? That's how it
Apparently.
works.
Apparently.
Except for me, because I'm from the fucking future. So just
Yeah, you are. You're a fucking god. And two viruses in the also in the future, but
yeah, he's
in
a
the
fucking
future.
he's a fucking space Viking.
Space Viking. Nice. Nice.
Alrighty.
All right, we're running.
We are running. Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Beer Drinkers United, which has been off for 6 weeks. I'm extremely tired. Lee's extremely tired. The troll is here. There's like 15 invites out, so we'll see if anyone else decides to show up. If they don't,
Anyone who
I don't even
does
fucking
this.
care.
Pussy.
Yep.
Fucking cowards.
Harsh, but also correct.
If you're viewing on YouTube, feel free to ask us questions because we will answer them.
Yes, I'm monitoring YouTube comments. Make comments, assholes.
It's a good thing somebody's monitoring it because I'm blind.
Exactly.
So
Lazy.
first and foremost, before we get going and before I fall asleep, what's everybody drinking?
You go first, Joe.
Okay, I have not opened it yet, but I'm about to. From the main beer company, it's their red wheelbarrow ale, which is a poppy red.
I'm drinking only the finest craft beer made in the USA. Samuel Adams Boston Lager.
Fucking right.
Ooh. And I am drinking from the Refined Fool, the Antique Peep Show.
Ooh, that sounds sexy.
Nice.
I don't know if I want to peep on antiques, you know. I see a lot of antiques at work, and I don't know if I want to peep on them.
They were probably hot at one point.
Probably.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Very true, very true. Alrighty, so, first and foremost, summer's coming up. What is the beer you're looking most forward to for the summer?
I don't even know if there's anything showing up in this summer that's all that interesting. Not around here anyway.
For me, 6 Point Brewing Company out of Brooklyn, New York. They're coming out with a beer called Rad, which I thought was going to be a Radler because it sounds like it would be. And I think it's 3.2% alcohol and by volume, and it's made with fruit juices, so I'm thinking rather. Apparently, it's more of a Berliner Weiss, but a tad bit sweeter. Either way, sounds pretty awesome. There's not many Radlers or even Berliner Weisses in the States that at least easy access to, so looking forward to
Nice.
that. It comes up.
Nice. Truthfully for myself, I don't even know. Probably the Mill Street Cherry Belgian Wheat, which was at the beer festival, but it's getting released in bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how was it? I never ended up having it.
It was pretty solid. Dev Colgate, who was supposed to be here, absolutely, I think, hated it. I liked it. It had the nice like Belgian yeast characteristics, but then it had this nice tart cherry on the finish. I thought it went together really well.
Awesome.
Can't remember what I gave it, but it got a decent score. I enjoyed it.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Sorry. As we get going, I'll get more and more into it. I'm just exhausted. I just felt I had to do this now. It's been so long, and the wife doesn't work tomorrow morning, so I can drink. Yeah. You know, the more I drink this IPA, the more I wish I had given it a lower mark when I reviewed it.
That good.
How's that?
Well, no, I gave it a 7.5 when I reviewed it and said I would buy it again, but I had bitched about the 750 like we talked about on off camera, and now that I'm drinking it, the taste is just going away completely. Like there's nothing. It's 6.2 ABV and then 70 IBU. But there's nothing. There's not even a bitterness to it, which is nice. I like that when it's a high IBU, but you just get mostly flavor, not actual bitterness. But it's just flat now that I've drank half a bottle of it.
So what you're saying is you're sort of a wish-washy flip-flopper and no one should actually trust your reviews.
No.
But that goes without saying.
Yeah, it goes without saying. No, but like you guys know, and you do the same thing as me, Lee, I basically, for the most part, finish every bottle on camera.
Uh-huh.
And this time I didn't because I wanted to be able to drink more when I was chatting with you guys. So I did like a third of the bottle. It was a 750. I'm like, okay, that's big enough. Now I'm wishing I drank more because it's not bad. It's just not something I'd buy again now that I've drank it. It's something that I think Blueberry could drink it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, that's okay.
As in the hops are just gone. It's hop water, nothing else.
Oh boy, where's Paul at? Shout out to Paul. I can't drink the hot water.
Actually, I've been using It's Pretty Thin a lot lately.
That joke is wearing pretty thin at this point.
Yes, it is.
It was alright to live troll Paul, like when he's in there and you have to say it, but now everybody in like almost every review, Guy, you, Lee, everybody's just mentions it almost I want to say every review at least once, but almost every review.
I don't even do it as a joke. It's just like I said it so much that I catch myself saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get in these phases where I think of like something I really like to say about a beer, and then I use it over and over again for a while, and then I catch myself doing it too much, and I'm like, "Shut up, you moron!"
Yeah, pretty much. Real quick, Chad. Dev says he needs an invite. I know you invited him, but if you could somehow send him another one.
Dev needs to figure out how to work Google Plus. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we have this problem last time with him too? Oh, you didn't invite me. You didn't invite me.
He must be one of those poor fools that has like 2 Google Plus accounts.
He's the Canadian version of Paul. We'll go with that. Out in the backwoods somewhere right now.
DK, bang. Hey, let's invite Maria as well.
What? Maria?
Maria?
Paul would say, this head is this fucking crazy. It's not going anymore. This is pretty decent. This red wheelbarrow ale. They say on the website that it's not a red IPA, so don't call it that. Like whatever. It's a more hop forward red ale. Like what the fuck?
Talking about hop forward red ales, did you drink that Kilowatt?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was all right. I'd like this better than that. Oh. I do think the Kilowatt was more drinkable. Like you could at 5%, you could probably crush.
Now wait. Sorry to interrupt you, but now we're a proper beer review, beer talk. We have a hipster here.
Yeah, we have fucking.
The beer's all that's gonna talk. Do you even have a face anymore?
It's one of the greatest beers I've ever seen. But
my beard was just as good, but it was white, so it didn't stand out as much.
Exactly. Plus, Dev's like 100 pounds soaking wet, so it's like the beard weighs more than him.
There we go. Sorry, you know how people call into the radio and they have the radio on in the background? Well, Google Plus just fucked me like that, so I had no idea what was going on. But I think we're all good.
What did you drink, Dev?
Nothing good yet.
Oh.
I'm not going to show anything on camera. We'll get something good later on.
So, a question for you, Dev. Did you try all the Refined Fool beers?
No, I've still got the bourbon porter, and
okay.
I've also got the rye saison, I think.
Okay, I've had the regular IPA, the milk stout, and the nut brown so far. What were your thoughts on those?
My girlfriend Kristen was crazy over the regular IPA. I thought it was pretty good. But
remember, guys, I said Blueberry would love it?
Yeah, she went bananas over it. And I thought it was just like an English style, just whatever. And the double IPA, I thought it was pretty good too. Both nights that I had them, I was pretty gassed, so, But I didn't think they were exceptional, but I thought they were pretty good. I thought it was pretty impressive that they put out 6 beers to start too, so.
Yeah, I was actually impressed that they put out 6 beers to start and the styles they chose. Because none of them screamed, approachable for everybody in Sarnia, a place that doesn't have a huge amount of craft breweries.
Yeah. I bought a T-shirt. I just got actually in the mail today tickets for the Sarnia Beer Show. They do like an art walk weekend, June 5th and 6th, Friday, Saturday, and I just got my tickets in the mail for the Saturday. So I guess they're having like 2 new one-off beers, and I think there's almost 20 other breweries there. So it should be pretty. Yeah, looking forward to that. I miss you guys. I haven't seen y'all in forever.
Oh, you haven't seen me since April 19th.
Also, April
That's
19th.
pretty much forever for me.
Mm-hmm. 5 whole weeks. Whatever will we do? Well, we really didn't talk all that much either. We were at the fest. Everyone's running.
No, I had no time to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was all over the place.
Your brother got fucking absolutely destroyed, apparently.
Yeah,
Cool.
you got a nice picture of him sleeping in the back of the car on the way home. So, it was a good night, for the most part.
It was a great night.
Yeah, we, it was kind of weird. We got home from the beer festival, and we're home for about an hour, and then we got a call that my grandpa broke his femur that night going out for dinners. Like, all of a sudden, everyone was instantly sober, even after a day like that. So, but he's back home now. He's out of the hospital. He's doing okay. But it was, I don't know, typical thing for us, I guess. Have a really good day and something should happen. So, whatever. But festival was fantastic. I had a great time.
Nice.
Yeah, next year, if you need staff helping, just let me know a little bit ahead of time. Won't be a problem.
Yeah, you need people to help you count the tickets.
Oh, you mean at the end when I was ready to start murdering people?
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was... I was more angry at the end only because I had breweries harassing me while I was counting. I'm like, fuck off!
If you need us to punch out breweries as well.
It was all breweries that were brand new, too. Like, all the old breweries just came in there. Here's our tickets, Chad. Well, either some of them stayed and got their payment then, some of them were like, we'll call you in a few days, and just left, right? And then the new ones are like, are you counting our tickets yet? Are you counting our tickets yet? Have you counted our tickets yet? Are you counting our tickets yet?
That need that loot?
I mean, what the hell were they thinking? That you were going to move out of town and that night and take all the money with you or something? Like, fuck,
Apparently.
No, you started a beer festival and you put your name right on the line there, so it's not like it's not like some shady promoter running in and setting up a small concert and then getting out of town that very night with all the ticket money or something, you know.
Well, I thought it was funny, too, because there was 18 breweries, right? 15 of them wouldn't have cared if, no matter what. They all trusted me fully. And then 3 of them were the ones that were harassing me. But, and you know what? Fine, you want your money, I get it. But you're not getting paid that same night from any other beer festival. It's just not happening.
Will you invite those 3 back, or will they come back, do you think?
One of them I'll have no choice to invite back or not, because they're now connected to one of my favorite breweries. And that is Collective Arts. They are now technically partial owners of Nickelbrook because they are the Arts and Science Brewing Company now. That's what they called the brewery that's opening up in the old Lakeport facility.
That's disappointing to hear.
They calling me?
I liked what those guys were doing. That's kind of a bummer to hear.
Yeah. The other one that was harassing me was Barnstormer, and I don't know. I liked the guys, but at the same time, I wanted to hit them that night. Yeah. So it was fun. It was just, you know, leave me the fuck alone. I'm collecting, like, Barnstormer was following me around while I was collecting fucking tickets. Like, how am I counting them while I'm picking up other people's tickets?
Yeah. It might be helpful next time, like, to have, like, maybe just when you're doing the deal with them, let them know there's, like, some set rules, like, hey, I'm gonna count the fucking tickets, and you'll either get your money that night if I can give it to you, or maybe a couple days later, but don't fucking harass me about it.
Yeah.
You know, just chill out.
maybe I don't know, man. Maybe just give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something kind of serious came up, or
Oh, nothing serious came up. He just wanted to go back to his hotel room because he was staying there for the whole weekend. He got his money. He sold his beer. What he did was, well, I probably shouldn't say it on camera, but the AGCO doesn't watch my show, so it doesn't matter. He took what was left of his kegs and he sold them to the Brimstone. So Brimstone used them for the show that night because Brimstone was completely out of beer. So he sold what was left of his kegs to Brimstone. So he got paid fully on those kegs, and then he came back Monday to pick up his empty kegs, and I left the money with Rod at Brimstone. I'm just like, here's his envelope. Give it to him when he shows up. But like I said, he was in town. He wasn't anywhere.
That sucks. They were nice enough to talk to at the festival.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they were nice guys, but I just wanted to slap them. 5 paddles. Did I tell you guys what Ed did? So I was missing one set of tickets, and I didn't know who it was, and I knew Ed was out there drinking, and it was 5 paddles tickets, of course. And I go out, and I left the back room about 5 minutes after Ed left, I guess. I get a text from him at 10 p.m. What do I do with all these tickets? You were supposed to give them to me so I could count them and pay you. Oh. I'll give them to you tomorrow when I go for breakfast. So I was texting him as we were leaving the next day to go to the Flying Saucer. Like, oh, I'm in Grimsby. I'm on my way home.
Oh, shit.
Just count the damn tickets for me. Because this is what I have. He goes, do you want me to mail them to you so you can be sure that I'm telling you the truth? I'm like, Ed, I trust you, whatever. I'll send you the money. I wanted to choke him. I'm like, really?
but see, you need more guys like that, because he just likes it for... I mean, obviously the goal for a brewery, one of the goals is to make money and be successful, but at the same time, it's like, he's not a dick, so it's good to see a brewery guy like that.
Yeah, it's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how much stuff they're putting out these days.
Oh, well, you got to remember, they're still a nano brewery. They're only like a 2-barrel system. So they'll brew like 5 or 6 different batches in a week, and then you get 5 or 6 beers, but you only have like 30 bottles of each.
I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
The one thing I do enjoy about them is the creativity is off the charts for them. Not always hitting a home run. Some of their stuff was poor, admittedly. At least early on, too.
I haven't had anything from them, though, that I've given under a 5. Like, everything's been drinkable.
Poor for what it is, not poor as a beer. Like a lot of their pumpkin, when they did the whole 5 different pumpkins.
Yeah, well, that was just... Every one of them was brewing a pumpkin beer for the very first time.
Yeah, the pumpkin fell short, but
like the chocolate-covered strawberry and the Home Sweet Home, and
yeah, those were all good.
Those were awesome. The bourbon cherry, these are some of my favorite things. Was all pretty damn good. The Madness of Ophelia. That we didn't really care for that, but again, it was cool to see American barley wine aged in bourbon barrels.
What was that beer? Sorry.
It was Madness of Ophelia, right?
Yeah.
It was American barley wine aged in bourbon barrels.
Oh, okay, because I missed out on that. I saw that you guys had it, and I was like, where was this?
You didn't miss a whole lot. I think we all generally found it to be kind of disjointed.
Yeah, that one was a bit weird. Yeah.
But it wasn't a bad beer. It's just like you're thinking American barley wine in bourbon barrels. When I think about that, I kind of think it's going to be somewhat of a miss. You know, most barley wines that go into any kind of barrel usually are English barley wines because they don't have the hop character that American ones. So I don't know. It was kind of a miss, but again, it's cool to see something like that.
For sure.
Nice.
It's a 10. A fucking 10 all day.
I love it.
We do have one comment so far. Teodoro says, "Good evening, gents."
Good day, Teodora. Ask us some questions.
Yes, ask questions.
Or don't, if you just want to watch. That's cool.
Yeah. No, ask questions. Ask questions. If you don't ask questions, we're going to ban you from the channel.
No.
Anyway, this is a elite channel.
Remember, I've had 6 weeks of topics that came up, and then the thing would be canceled, and then it would come up, and then the thing would be canceled. A lot of them have to do with the beer store, unfortunately, and the things that have been going on. And actually, you know, it's kind of cool that it's waited this long because more and more information just keeps coming out about it. Flying Monkeys actually posted today an entire press conference, well, a press release about how they felt, their stance on everything. And they put out their stance on beer in Ontario, and that they're supporting corner stores, grocery stores, private stores. They're supporting anything they can support to get the beer out to more places. And in that press release, they were also saying that they weren't against the beer store, but they were against the monopoly of it being owned by the big guys and charging. What they're more against, more than the big guys owning it, is having to pay a fee to sell your beer.
Well, that's the sort of disinformation and misconception that the beer store seems to be putting out to people, that it's a us against them situation, when it's really not. It's people looking for more choice and less of a monopoly strangleholding the market. That's all it is. I mean, the beer store is not going to go away just because corner stores and small breweries can sell their own shit without having to pay egregious prices to the beer store, you know? So, I mean, it's a ridiculous argument, and I think most people see it's a ridiculous argument, and the only reason we're having this argument is because the beer store has so many politicians in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing?
He is probably putting a woman's liver that he killed 3 weeks ago in the fridge.
Again, the Canadian Paul. So that makes a lot of sense.
Talking about me, you guys? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we saw you start unzipping your pants there. I got excited.
No, I work very early in the morning. I'm just trying to pack a lunch in the background. I'm listening to everything. You know, I've got a pizza cooling over to my left, so I can cut that up later. Like, I work long days, boys.
Are you? I was just wondering. Are you gonna? Never mind. Right? Yeah, you do. You do. You do work long days, and you make good money, and everything's fantastic. Drinking some different beer up there too, which is cool.
Yeah, I bought. This is what I'm drinking right now, actually, and it's garbage. I hate it. That shit.
Oh my God!
What type of IPA is that?
Monkey Fist. Have you ever had this?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, I'll get one for you, but you'll not. Well, I'll basically continue on the tradition of me buying crappy beers. How's that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where did you get that, though? Did you go to the States for it?
No, actually, just in Grand Bend, they had it for some reason.
Doesn't Shipyard distribute some of their shit up there, right? They
Oh, I've never seen that up here.
I had this, I think back in December when I first moved up here, and it was trash. But I wasn't on Untapped then, so I thought that
Oh, there we go.
just after that again. So yeah, needless to say, that app has caused me to buy like a lot of shitty stuff all over again. It's like I put out money to relive nightmares because of this app.
Yeah, you could just backlog like Chad does, like 1,800 beers. That would and then ruin your feed. That could be something you want to do.
I don't feel right doing that.
No.
No.
Paul and Chad are fine with it.
But I don't have a record of my ratings of them, right? So I just keep filling up.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off about it. I didn't like the way the app was set up. It's like, oh, you're supposed to be logging as you're drinking something. I didn't realize that at first. So I was like going through my reviews and, oh, Leah's drank 800 beers tonight.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
I think they should support backlogging, but do it in a way where it doesn't like you like click a little checkbox that says you're backlogging this, so you can keep track of everything that you drank, but it doesn't show up in the feed of everyone, and things like that don't happen. You don't get 400 badges at once. People don't think you're drinking. You know, something.
Totally agreed, man.
Then you don't have to worry about using any other fucking site out there. You can just use Untapped and
well, that's just what it comes down to, right? I didn't care because I was using it for a means for people that were. I actually have people that send beer here use it to find out if I've drank the beer before or not.
Well, and like you also have like video proofs that you're drinking these beers, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know.
I'd say it's the perfect app for someone just starting out. Pretty much, it's like to keep track of everything you want. It's pretty.
My girlfriend left it because she doesn't remember half the stuff we drink, and she can go to a bar, look it up, and see if it's something she likes because she's either had it or not, right?
Mm-hmm. And for someone like Chad who's drank, 2,000 plus beers, it's tough to remember everything you've drank, and a lot of stuff is forgettable. So, just if someone goes, "Hey, did you have that?" and you're like, "Yeah, I did." What'd you think?
Yeah, I've actually
I don't
started.
fucking remember.
I've actually started doing the wish list so that people like you can go out and look at what I have on the wish list whenever I send you to buy beer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I think Ewart shouldn't be allowed to use it though. He should be banned from all the servers and all the IPs and all that stuff. So he can just sit there and cry in his Tiku and.
Pretty sure the worst thing you could do to Ewart is take away all of his glassware and make him drink out of like just a regular old shaker pint glass.
But
You know what I forgot?
What it was.
Make them drink out of a thermos.
Fucking a red cup.
A red solo cup.
A red solo cup, but like a
I had
fancy
bought these for when
stemware.
he was here. I had bought these for the beer festival, and I forgot to pull them out when he was here. And it is just plastic stemware.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
I had this specifically for him, the fucking cup diva, and I forgot about them. And
well, next time he hops through and he's up there, whatever reviews.
I was going to buy the solos on a stem, but they were more money, so
Dude,
I bought these.
You know who has them in Buffalo is Kegworks, and they were expensive, and I'm just like, yeah, it's a cool guy gift, but I'm not spending like for a couple of them $15 or whatever the fuck they were. I'm like, that's ridiculous. The fucking red solo cups that are stemmed. Ooh. Ugh.
Hey, do you work on the 8th there, Joe?
The 8th of what? June?
Yep.
Don't think so. Nope. Why?
Is Average Dad?
Nope. But why? What's going on?
I'm going to have a barbecue here.
You're off that day?
The 8th. Yeah, I took it off because we were going to go swimming at we were going to go do one of our pool parties at Simon's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then Simon just opened the pool, so it's not going to be warm enough. And second, I get a tattoo like 2 days before, and I forgot about that. So
Yeah, not a good idea.
yeah. So we'll just do the barbecue here.
Yeah, could be a possibility. I'll have to see.
What are you getting tattoo-wise?
I'm doing my daughter's foot on the other arm.
Okay, right on.
You know, she's almost 2. I should probably do it soon.
Before she realizes that you just favor your son, yeah, for sure.
Well, I took her footprint when she was the same age as for him, so at 1.5 weeks. It just hasn't been tattooed yet.
Teodoro has a question here. He says, what are a few good craft beers that are good, refreshing summer beers without too many overwhelming flavors? Most of the craft beers I have grown to like I don't find very sessionable for the summer. Any suggestions?
Muskoka Detour.
Where does he live?
Yeah, Big Flats, all day, every day.
Isn't he in Ontario as well?
He's in Ontario, but where he is matters a big deal.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know where he lives. That would help a little bit.
Yeah, if you are in Ontario, southern, kind of like closer to the, say, Toronto downwards, or even more in wherever you can get Detour for sure. That is.
You can get
very
Detour
drinkable.
across Ontario now for the most part.
That is. What?
Get Mill Street Stock Ale.
Mill Street Stock Ale, the lemon tea beer I don't mind in the summer.
No,
Steven Radler?
don't get the lemon tea beer.
That stock ale is like dangerous in the summer.
Yeah, it has no taste at all. It just flies down your throat.
It's stupid.
Stiegel Rabbit, right? You guys are talking about?
Stiegel Radler, yes.
But he said craft. Stiegel isn't craft.
Let's not fucking.
But it is better than most craft beers I've had for the summer drink.
It's probably the best
Like,
Radler you'll find.
If you
It's the
like
best
grapefruit
Radler I've had,
juice,
Have you guys had the Waterloo Radler?
No, I can't get it here.
Oh fuck! Dude, pretty fucking damn good.
Well, pretty fucking damn, I gotta find somebody to get it for me.
Yeah, I'll make a point of trying to find that this week.
I gotta try and get the Moosehead Radler, too.
I've got a bottle of that for you.
oh shit, whales, bro.
White whales!
I was gonna give it to Jason Spears, but I was like, no, that's more of not a consolation prize for not getting to the Rhino Fest. That's more of a fuck you for not going to the Rhino Fest. So,
Like I said, if I do the festival next year, it'll be in May. I've put out some requests for sponsorship. If nobody sponsors anything, then I'm just not doing it. I'll do something. I'll get something together for anybody that wants to come visit, but I just won't do the beer fest because it's way too much work, and I can't afford it if I'm making it bigger.
Yeah, that works too. Even like a week-long barbecue, that works.
Yeah, like there's so many breweries close to here that we can hit up that would love to have us. That if I can't get the festival going, we'll figure something out.
Well, I was mentioning to them that just a trip up to Toronto and back would just in a day. You hit up fucking Nickelbrook, Cameron's, Great Lakes, go to Bellwoods, and then fucking just hit up a bunch of awesome
You
breweries.
probably want to do a thing where you stay overnight in Toronto.
Yeah.
There's just so many breweries in Toronto that you'd be fucked. Like, even if you drink one beer at each brewery that you pass, you're going to be fucked by the time you get to Toronto, and then you have to get home.
But I think that would be awesome because you could hit so many breweries in pretty much within an hour.
I'm pretty sure that Trafalgar's on the way too. If you want
Oh, for sure.
Trafalgar is.
Oh, for sure.
Well, just going from here to Toronto without going off the highway for more than a few minutes, you pass. Well, without looking at the Niagara on the Lake breweries, because we can hit the college easily. But you hit Burlington, which is Nickelbrook. You're hitting Trafalgar right in Burlington as well.
Or you're not hitting them and just passing them by.
Hamilton, that Hamilton Brew Company might be open next year too.
Brothers Brewing should be open soon as well.
Tell them, yeah. They're actually serving stuff on tap at Iggy's when they have it, eh?
I don't even remember where they're brewing. I think they're brewing in Cambridge one. The
Grand River?
Yeah. I think that's where they're brewing.
They've had stuff on tap at Iggy's in Font Hill twice now, as far as I know.
Yeah, Iggy's wants to do one of my charity events with me, but they told me their capacity is only 80 people, and I can't really make money for charity with 80 people.
Yeah, it's small. It's a great place as far as like craft beer in Niagara. And
I told them I'll look into doing like a tap takeover from some brewery with them, but
they're opening a brand new LCBO across the street from Iggy's in that Sobeys Plaza. So that, and honestly, the manager at the Font Hill LCBO orders incredible stuff, and I hope she takes over that one because it'll be that much more space for her to indulge us.
Well, the lady that now does the LCBO on Ferry Street watches my videos religiously now.
Nice.
Really? That's sweet. Well, what other places?
Well, you have Trafalgar, you have Cameron's, and you have Burlington. Those are all within 50 minutes of my house. Then you have Black Oak. From Black Oak, 3 minutes away from Black Oak is Great Lakes. And then you hit Toronto, and then it matters what side of Toronto you want to go to. I mean,
the Bellwood side.
Bellwoods is
The Bellwood side.
Cool Brewing Company.
Yeah. We could go to Cool. We could get some Buzz beer.
Fucking straight up super wells.
Yeah, we could not do that. Trafalgar and Cool Brewing would be, if we needed to stop to take a leak somewhere.
Like, if you just wanted to get off and shake Mike Arnold's hand for brewing the greatest beers known to man, like, we could do that and then just leave, right?
Have some Stonewall.
Some Stonewall Light.
Jesus,
we really liked that.
Oh, that was just fantastic.
I should have left it in the windowsill first.
I'm sure that's going to hit one of my end of the year lists. Guess which one?
The best? The best.
The fucking...
what other breweries
whale
in Toronto? Well, by next year, Kensington will be open, if you want to go to Kensington.
Didn't they tell you that they couldn't come to your fest? Cause...
Yeah, they basically told me to fuck off after they told me they were coming.
Oh, well, then fuck no.
Left Field will be up and running by then.
Ooh,
Left Field
some
will
EFIS. Some fucking EFIS.
That's right. I would... If they were up and running, I would get EFIS all day, every day.
The thing about EVA is I think it's a good base beer where they could experiment with a lot of different...
You go to the Beer Academy. I could take you to the Beer Academy. It's Molson's crafty line. It's no, actually they make some good beers there.
Surprisingly, Coors has the same thing in Colorado. They make some of the best, apparently, sours. And it's ran by Coors, but you got to go to the brewery.
Yeah, the Beer Academy is the distribution hub for Granville Island and for Creemore. in Ontario. They distribute it out of there, but that's where they teach all their brewers, and they actually teach them how to make craft beer, and then they make them make adjunct lagers.
Pretty sure when Lee heard Granville Island, the first thing that popped in his mind is Ginger Ninja. And he said, "Fuck
Actually,
those guys."
in all honesty, Ginger Ninja wasn't a bad ginger beer.
I don't know.
Boy, we got conflicting.
I liked it. I liked it better than the Melville's ginger beer.
Well, that's not really saying much, though, is it?
No, but I mean, Melville's was a okay ginger beer. I mean, Krabby's is considered a good ginger beer, and it was a lot better than Krabby's.
Anyone who thinks Krabby's is a good ginger beer should be drug out and killed.
It is the greatest ever.
That stuff is just sweet mess. It's just the drizzling fucking shits.
Sorry to interrupt really quick, but I don't know. Wellington just put out a beer called Root Down. It's their ginger beer. And it was just, I only got it in like a tasting flight, and it was like fucking instant heartburn. I had a sip, and it was like, can I have a fucking flight of, or a little tasting glass of Gaviscon? Fuck me. It was terrible. Like, I just wanted to die. I don't mind the Krabby stuff. The ginger beard from Witchwood, I didn't like at all.
No, I thought it would be a lot better than it was.
Out of all of them, the grossest that I've had was the orange spiced one from Krabby's. That shit was gross.
Oh,
that shit was gross.
Gross.
So bad.
You were here. I made Chrissy do it on camera, but you were.
Yeah, and I had some of it, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, it was gross.
I liked it, boys. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, there's a saying, Devin. It goes, "Your palate's stupid." And
it's a good saying. I've heard that one before. Teodoro says he's had a Stiegel Radler, and it definitely gets a pass for him. I assume he doesn't take it.
Wow, there's like robot voices going on. Right
yeah,
now.
Lee's breaking up hard.
That's what happens when you're in Nova Scotia.
the interwebs fail you at certain times.
And we have Cody's clone over there making a sandwich out of dead hooker parts.
The funny thing is Lee's picture is crystal clear. His voice was fine. Fucking Dev looks like he's out in the wilderness somewhere filming it on like a shitty fucking a shitty phone. Like it's terrible quality. Yet he's here. And Lee is frozen.
It's the Beer Witch Project.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't you think he's like Cody's clone? Cody from Silversmith?
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, when I saw that picture of Before Your Fest with him pouring a beer, I was like, holy shit, I think that's Dev. And I'm like, wait, I'm looking closer, I'm like, it's not Dev.
He's my doppelganger.
Yeah, he's a cool guy though. We when Chad and myself, Average Dad, went up there about a week afterward, we had a good chat with him and who was it, Matt, the brewer,
yeah,
the head brewer, or the owner, yeah. That was a good chat, good guys for sure.
Well, I brought you to both of them, and like I said, Silversmith is my favorite of the two.
Much better of a much better atmosphere.
And you met the owner of both places. You met Kevin and you met Matt. Like,
well, you know, again, Kevin seemed like an okay guy from just meeting him real quick, but you know, they were fine. It's just I enjoyed the atmosphere better at Silversmith. It was just more hipsterish at Oast House, and Silversmith was just like, you know what, grab a beer, lay back, just chill, have a good time, chat it up. But yeah, see you later.
You can't at Oast. You can't have a pint, right? So it's a completely right there. It's completely different. But I don't know. I love Silversmith is like my Cheers.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can have a pint at Oast. Friday night pints, $4 pints.
And they got the beer truck, or the food truck, right?
Yeah, the food truck that told me to fuck myself.
Yeah. Looks like they had good food, unfortunately.
Oh, is that what they're serving these days?
Yeah, El Gastronomos serves there.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that you could actually get a pint at Oast. I've only ever gotten like $1 or $2 sample.
Yeah, no, you can actually get pints now. They might have started with just $1 or $2 samples, but pints are available now. Hey, I need to find somebody going through Kitchener. Are you going through Kitchener ever?
I don't go there too often. What do you need?
All the beers from Innocent.
Yeah, I would say Innocent Sound looks awesome. Also, their growlers look awesome. Also, they have awesome glassware. Yeah, that's all I say.
Oh, so you... Okay. Yeah, I'll just go spend the paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, you're rich.
I might have a week off coming up. I was hoping to come home to do some reviews with you, but no, if you want to not review with me, I'll just go.
No, I want to review with you. You can come and review with me. I'm only off
Yeah.
Wednesdays, Thursdays, remember?
Okay, I was going to ask, are you still on the same schedule?
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday off.
Okay.
And
It'd probably be a Thursday night for me, just because we used to go to Taps all the time on Wednesday night for cheap wings, so if I'm home, I would want to do that with, like, mom.
Well, I would come with you if somebody could pick me up.
Sure.
Well, I need to know nights, days.
We're talking Thursday night to review and Wednesday night for cheap wings at Taps, and maybe give Lee a whole bunch of blonde. We'll buy bottles of it and send it to him.
We'll fucking fill up growlers in it. It'll be great.
The growlers are
You're not amusing at all.
It's funny because we're seriously doing it.
Yeah, we're buying a 6-pack of Niagara's Best Blonde, and every week we're going to send one to you.
And all we ask is you review the entire thing on
You
camera.
guys like Niagara's Best?
You know what I'm seriously doing? I'm seriously coming up next year and killing both of you. In your sleep, without
Yeah,
warning.
Dev. No, but as far as like dates go, I would need to know in advance what Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I could come up one or the other. And
Yeah, it'll probably be in the next couple weeks where I'm home for a week because we have like one more site to do, and then there's a pause, like a bit of time between projects. So I'm gonna try and just come home and spend some time with my grandparents because, like I said, Grandpa's now home, and oh, my mom got the garden up and going. Like I went and rototilled last time I was home. She got a Carolina Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion for the garden. So look out, boys.
a fucking Reaper. No thanks.
I'm waiting for those. I want them bad.
Yeah,
I'll actually compare them because Randy, Paul's buddy Randy, just bought a Carolina Reaper too, and he's growing it. But his peppers seem a lot more mild than yours, so I'd compare the two of them. Your mom's pepper versus his.
I heard Reefer for a second.
That just sounds.
What are you growing?
Like his ghost pepper was weaker than your devil's tongue.
Well, come on. If I can grow a beard this well, how well do you think I can grow a pepper?
Well, maybe you'll have to help me start learning to garden because I'm going to be putting some vegetable gardens in the front.
Oh, really? Hey, if you need a rototiller, we have one too. If you need to borrow it.
I'm going to be I'm lazy, so I'm going to build raised garden beds.
Well, rototillers are perfect for lazy people.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting it in the ground. I'm building with 2x10 cedar planks. I'm going to build
You can still
2x10 bed.
You can still rototill that though. Like maybe not the first year when you just add everything, but if you need to in years coming, let me know.
Okay.
You said in the next couple weeks, possibly, Dev. Why not try to make it for the Chad's barbecue on the 8th June? Is that too early?
That is it's honestly potentially possible. It's my birthday this weekend, and then I think the 6th is the Sarnia Beer Festival. So Kristen's up this weekend, but it might be like that week that I'm off. So I could be home that time.
Well, if it is the week of the 8th, I'm off the 8th, and then the Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. But yeah, next time I'm home, like for that stretch, we need to get together and have a couple beers.
Yeah, and if you call, leave a message or Facebook me, because if I don't know the number, I don't answer it. I'm like that.
He's like that.
I screen my calls because I always get fucking just ran. We'll clean your air ducts.
Oh,
Fuck you.
have you got a pen and paper? Just write this down. My number is...
Don't say it. Don't say it on.
Say it, so everyone on YouTube can hear it. I
It's
like
905
No.
867 5309.
Sweet.
Oh, Dev's gonna get killed.
I like it. Janet.
You know what the worst
I'll
part
be
is?
on YouTube until the end of time, right?
If someone named Jenny answers, that's
Yeah.
okay too.
The best part is this is gonna be on YouTube now, and I'm still gonna forget it.
It's not even my...
Hey, look what I got. This is what I'm gonna drink now.
Yeah, that was shit.
Beer.
This is actually good. It's actually
It is. It's a good beer. I am so fucking like it's just like it exceeded my expectations so much that I'm like, holy fuck.
Well, exceeding the expectations of a fucking President's Choice IPA, yes, I will definitely give you guys that. But it is a fucking just straight up average British IPA, is what it is.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's dirt cheap too, right? I mean, what was it?
God, you goddamn snob.
I don't like eating dirt. I do not like eating dirt.
You're a terrible snob, man. Look at that head. He didn't even have to frost. He didn't even have to frost the glass to get that head.
Oh, they probably have some chemical in there. It's great times. What?
Which was better, the upstream or the IPA there, Joe?
Well, considering the upstream was basically infected, I'd go with the upstream.
That PC IPA reminded me a lot of Penny Topper.
What?
All right. Now, I'm going to say this because I love you, Dev, but with...
I found them comparable.
With nothing but love, your palate is fucking moronic at this point, if you actually think that's true. Come
Who
on.
can get us a can of Henny Topper? Let's do a blind.
I'm sure you were Ken at some point.
Blind tasting.
Didn't it come out of a trunk in Arkansas or something? Like that?
Brad got it out of the trunk in fucking Arizona. Some guy rolled up while he was at a bottle shop and was like, hey,
Hey, Duchette, we need a heavy topper to do a blind taste test
Blind taste test.
with a PC IPA.
oh, a fucking
We
heavy
need to
top.
know. We need to know if this is actually comparable.
That's not a terrible idea, though. It'd be really funny.
Yeah, it would be pretty hilarious. But,
You know
well,
what? You know
what it
what?
is, it's
I actually think
solid.
this. I think this is actually a better regular IPA than this.
How are the other PC branded beers that they sell?
In all honesty, the black lager was meh. Like, it was passable if you want a black lager, buy it, but I'd rather buy Upper Canada Dark if I'm buying a budget black lager.
It's been called the PU Black Lager, not PC.
Well, yeah, the Down Under Amber was actually fairly good. The PC is actually good, not fairly good. It's good, and the rest of them, basically, unless you're looking at the Cerveza, the light, or the 2 gram of carbs one, so really the ones that just taste like soda water, don't do it. Like, they're genuine lager, they're genuine draft, they're honey red, they're pilsner, they're all disgusting. The light doesn't taste like anything. The low carb doesn't taste like anything. The Cerveza tastes exactly like Corona. I actually sent the Cerveza to Lee, I believe.
Yeah, that was exceptional.
I just want to say the Budweiser shot, the 2-year-old Budweiser shot. What
the fuck?
Seriously.
His beard is talking to us.
It's giving him instructions. Kill.
Dev, you're getting feedback, but it sounds like there's a fucking higher power giving you instructions to do something. That doesn't sit well. You alright? Yeah, you look possessed now. It's great. But the 2-year-old Budweiser shot, absolutely what you would expect. It was
aging a what was it? One of those cranberritas in my cellar for a couple of years. I want to see how it does over time.
fucking right.
Hey, you know what just came to Ontario? Mango Rita.
Fucking right.
Mango Rita.
But it's only in 12 packs.
Everybody now that here at Walmart now they sell the 8-ounce individual Ritas for $1. So everybody's getting Rita in any beer mill I've ever said going forward. Everybody fucking Rita here, Rita there. Everybody.
Everybody's getting Rita.
We got a bunch of them now in 12 packs here. And thankfully they've moved them into the proper place, the fucking cooler section instead of the fucking beer rack.
Why would you want any less than 12 though?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, if you're a real bodacious dude throwing a party, man, you gotta have the fucking 12 packs, bro.
What the fuck?
Bodacious.
You keep a couple fucking 40 ounces for fucking shotgunning, brother, but you know, You gotta have 12 packs for the ladies. Woo!
I would go turbo on those burritos.
Get your old army knife out. You dig a little hole in the can, brother.
I don't hate on when anyone
That's what I have
other
for
than
a
Dad.
can.
Nice. But that crème
Actually-
was pretty tasty.
I
All
do
I'm
have a
saying.
plan, and since not many people watch our Beer Drinkers United, like we only have 4 viewers right now, and not many people end up watching it, I will tell you my plan. I am going to shoot a glass of Margarita. If it's as bad as if it's as bad as Average Dad says, and halfway through the can I want to barf, I'm shooting the glass.
Listen, he's my pops. He's my old man.
You know
and,
what though? And if the
his
Jag
palate is stupid, though. His palate is
if the Jag
stupid.
is still in the garage when this happens, the glass is going to be on top of the Jag, so the Jag gets covered in Margarita.
I think Paul would love going back across the border with fucking a.
Well, right now his car
covered
says
Jag.
help me, and albino raped me, and I wrote that with my penis in the dust on his car.
Well, you know, Paul will be watching this.
That's okay. He can know that I wrote on the trunk of his car with my penis.
I wish I could have watched.
That's
That's right,
great.
that's
I don't think I would touch my penis on anything Paul owns.
Yeah, you better watch out.
You got to do the classic pee on the door handle. Because until it rains, you just laugh every time they get in it.
You gotta do the classic sell his car.
Well, I was looking at the law. I was looking at the abandonment law, and it's 2 months it's abandoned, and it becomes mine.
Oh shit, he better get out there pretty quick.
Well, he can't now, right? All the things going into his well.
His fucking well pipes, they burst everywhere. That's fucking crazy. I'm like, geez, man, you're not having any good luck. Maybe change in the.
He's got pipes bursting. He's got that same fucking bear attacking him again, coming into his house and shit.
Yeah, he's Paul. That's all I can say.
I mean, I had pretty bad luck too. I mean, last year I needed to do a roof. I needed to do some leaks. I had bad luck last year. Now I passed it to him. He got up here, his car was fine. He slept here. The next day, his car was dead.
You passed on the curse. Like
Yeah, a bear attacked his front porch and took it out. His well pipe
Twice.
burst.
You're that fucking gypsy from fucking Thinner. That's what you are.
Yeah, thinner, nice. Yeah.
But instead of Thinner, you went hillbilly, and I saw a bunch of hillbilly problems to him.
It's what happened when he fell. He was sitting on my bed and he fell off my bed and dropped his glass and broke it everywhere in my room.
Hillbilly.
What was he doing on your bed?
Sitting. We were watching videos.
Yeah, okay. What?
Hearing about the
I
consequences.
don't want to know what kind of videos they were watching while you're sitting on your bed. But that's all right.
I brought him to albinoporn.org. We're scaring viewers away. There they go. If you guys ask us questions, we'll go back onto a beer topic.
That's
Or we can talk about the beer store more because that's what most of my questions were.
We actually had a comment, but I'm pretty sure Robotic Lee read it, but we didn't.
yeah,
hear
I was breaking up there for a while. What the fuck happened?
But raining on your parade. Shout out to him because he's awesome. He says team up with Bose and do a beer dinner. Albino Rhino. He's talking about next year if we were to do something. But the thing with Bose is they're so far away. That
Yeah, it's the only problem with Bose is how far away from me they are. They love me. I mean, the guy that was there pouring for them doesn't go to festivals. He's their head of sales for Toronto South.
He was pretty cool that day. At the beer festival, he was a nice guy.
Yeah, he brought me a hat. He asked me what size I was. I said fat man because he's sending me one of their work shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were, I don't know, for the most part, all the breweries there had,
Well, yeah, that's what I was going for, too. Like, there was breweries that asked to be in it that I said no to. One of them being Steam Whistle. Actually, my conversation with Steam Whistle was, will you bring Steam Whistle Plus? Well, no, we won't. Well, then, no, I don't want you here.
what a diva.
I would have
Honestly, that's all I'd want to drink from them.
Whoa, who's
Yeah, both of them.
I don't want to go to a Jays game to try that.
You should have been with me when I walked in there after the Ripley's Aquarium.
Well, you know where I live these days. It's not possible.
We took the kids to the Ripley's Aquarium, and luckily Steam Whistle's right across the street, and I'm like, I'm going for a beer. After 2 hours in Ripley's Aquarium, surrounded by people, I'm going for a beer. Christy's like, I don't want you to spend money on a beer. I go, I'm going for a beer. I walked in. Hey, Chad, you want Steam Whistle Plus? Yes, I do.
That sounds awesome. With Average Dad and I were going to take a trip up there. Actually, possibly that weekend that you're having the barbecue, so probably forget it. But I definitely plan on going to Steam Whistle and just dropping your name and getting free beer.
Steam Whistle is a beautiful, beautiful brewery to tour. The tour is amazing because it is in the old roundhouse, so it's in a historic train building, and they couldn't build out because it's a historic building, but because it's a train building, it's huge, like, right? It goes up high, so they built up, which is amazing. Like, they have steel girders and everything all over because they were building different platforms. It's an amazing place to tour.
Sweet.
Yeah, they only make one beer, but you know what? They do a Pilsner right, and they do treat their workers right. The workers get a 2-4 a week. They get a 2-4 to bring home every week.
They're probably all drunk. That's awesome. What is the? Isn't there like a train museum or a train?
There is a train museum connected to it. Yes.
Because that's what my dad was all about. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna name drop Chad, get a bunch of free beer, just tell him I review on his show, and just give me a 2.
It matters who you
I know
get.
Chad.
All the upper people there know me. All the younger people don't. Like the first guy that saw me when I walked in didn't know who I was, and then I was talking to the retail manager, and the retail manager left, and the 2 girls that were pouring gave me a couple free pints, and then I left. And as I'm leaving, the other guy's like, "Why did you get free beer?" Because I'm albino.
I'm a fucking rhino, bitches. Recognize. Yeah, that's how you go.
No, I actually intended to pay for my pint too. I had my $20 out, and they're like, "No, it's you're free." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, my plan was to go up to the aquarium, go to the train museum, and then hopefully hit Bellwoods, Cameron's, and Nickelbrook on the way back as well. Try to make a whole day of it.
Bellwoods is kind of on the other side of Toronto from the train museum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're saying it's okay, you really have to plan your day and your timing right.
Yep, exactly. That's why I would say try to do something worthy it's the entire day.
That's why I was saying if we did something like that next year, like if you guys are here for a full week, we can do whatever we want. But if we do something like that next year, we have to stay over in Toronto because there's lots of breweries there, but they're all in different segments of the city, and there's only certain times you can travel the roads in Toronto.
Yo, it sounds completely off topic, but when I went to Humber, they have their Etobicoke campus, which is pretty far out of the way. I think it's somewhat close to Granite, maybe. But during the summer, like when the college is off season, they'll actually rent out their residence suites for like a fairly cheap rate. And it takes about an hour to get downtown on the TTC, but to organize a trip, you could probably.
You okay, Nick?
Your room's fairly cheap.
No, I thought I dropped something on the floor here. Working on something.
But like when I had to go back for my licensing exams, it was just a hell of a lot cheaper to stay at the college in the dorms. But like it's pretty much like 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a kitchenette, and it was like I want to say like $60 a night at the time. Don't quote me on it.
Or we can use my connections with Innocent Gun and a few other places and get some free hotel rooms.
I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, that would be good too. Great.
I don't use the connections often, but when I need them, I'll pull them out.
That's what she said.
I've never slept in a bed aged in oak barrel, so.
When me and Paul slept in a bed aged in oak barrel, it was bad because you could barely get into the bedroom, the bathroom. Sorry. Well, I posted that video right when we went to the birthday with the Innocent Gun birthday party. The bathroom was like down a closet hall. It was fucking stupid. And me and Paul are both 300-pound men. You couldn't fit in there. You just couldn't. It wasn't doable. Anyway, if there's no questions, Lee, I'm going to go on to another topic because, I mean, we've just been shooting the shit, which I'm good with. I actually, after 6 weeks, I'm fine shooting the shit with everybody. But
No, I don't think there's anything else.
fuck you all then. Have you guys all watched the commercial that the beer store put out?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts of that commercial?
Douche.
Should jam it up their assholes. It's just bullshit propaganda. It's misrepresenting the entire issue. It's stupid. They're trying to demonize the whole thing by
They're comparing the whole thing to cigarettes, basically. And the kids are going to get them as easy. No, they're not.
Hell, I got ID'd yesterday at the LCBO.
Nice.
Like, I'm an old man. I got ID'd. Though I do have the baby face now that I've shaved.
I got ID'd the other day, and I look like I'm fucking 80.
That's just because when you have a giant beard, they ID you.
My name could be Ezekiel, for fuck's sake.
I'm gonna drink this Dev that you gave me.
Hey, sweet.
Actually, how many of you guys know? Well, Devin, this is more for you because you're the only one from Ontario. Do you know a bunch of 18-year-olds that would go into the beer store and try and buy beer?
The only beer they're trying to buy is Old English. So
No. I'm actually. If you don't remember my rant about the propaganda, their propaganda is that they ID everybody. So I want to get a bunch of 18-year-olds to go into the beer store and try and buy beer and do it on secret camera, so I can prove that they don't ID everybody, because they say they're 100%. They're 100% good. That the LCBO is only 80%. The corner stores are only 60%, but they're 100% good. So I need to find a bunch of people across Ontario to go in on secret camera and send me all the footage.
nobody's 100% good.
No, I know, but I want to prove this.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dickhead.
They're just fucking full of shit. They're grasping at straws, and again, like I was saying before, the only reason they get away with this stuff is because they have politicians. They're lining their fucking pockets, and the politicians allow this fucking ridiculous fucking discussion to go on. They're essentially protecting a monopoly, and it's stupid.
Especially since a monopoly. I can't even talk now. A monopoly is completely illegal according to Canadian laws.
But they say, oh no, it's not a monopoly because, you know, they got Sleeman in there, Molson in there, and Levat in there, and then anyone else can buy into it if they want. Well, no, it's still really a monopoly. Maybe not technically by law. There's probably some sort of bullshit
whatever it is.
there. Yeah.
Well, it's called. What was? Did you guys watch the news article I posted where there was an actual debate? And the convenience store guy was stupid, the beer store guy was stupid, and the guy that was there for grocery stores was the only guy making proper arguments. And he was calling it a duopoly, which is what it is. It's more than one person in the monopoly. But he was going on about how he's not for corner stores, he's for grocery stores more than anything else. But he doesn't care as long as it stopped. But as I said, like, my main thing is mostly to do with opening it up. I don't want to get rid of the beer store. I don't want to get rid of the beer store. And I think I pissed off the guys doing their documentary that were at the beer festival when I said that too. It's not about getting rid of the beer store as much as it is opening up sales in other venues. I mean, venues that aren't going to charge you to get in. That's the big thing. Sell as much fucking Molson, Labatt, and Sleeman as you want at your beer store. Sell whoever wants to pay you to get into better areas at your beer store. But there's no other place in the world that these companies are paying to get listed. When Flying Monkeys went to the U.S., you know how much it cost them? Whatever it cost to pay the export tax. That's all they were charged. They're not charged to get into the stores. They're charged to get across the border, and that's it.
And across the border, did they ever get?
Yeah, they're flying all over the U.S., Ohio, New York.
Unfortunately, their beer, from what I can see, is not flying off the shelves here, just because nobody really has any idea who's flying.
Well, yeah, you guys have so much choice. That's the only problem with them going to the States. Is there's so much choice in the States already that they need to send some of their own. They need to take their sales reps in Niagara, because they have sales reps in Niagara. Send them across the border to New York and do some seminars in New York with tastings and everything else.
I mean, you know, Premier does them, Consumers does them, even other places like Aurora Brew Works, and get some tasting set up where you can do a little meet and greet with the reps, and they give you information about the beer, because you walk into Consumers, which is the only place in which their beer is sold currently, is in Consumers, and you walk in and, you know, they have them on the shelf with the rest of the beer, but, like, aside from being in a box, like the what is the beer? The El Matador version 2?
Oh, you have the El Toro Bravo.
Yeah, that one. And Stereo Vision and Smash Bomb, they're all just like included with like the regular craft selection from the States and from pretty much anyone. It's just like they don't stand out. Nobody knows about them. They just see them, and it'd be like anything else. Like, oh, Flying Monkeys, I guess that's a new American craft brewery. Like, I don't know. And it's not.
Well, and the other thing is, once they read it and they see Canada, what do they know about Canadian beer? They know fucking Molson and Labatt.
Well, you know, exactly. And one of the beer tubers that I follow, Johnny G, Crafty Beer Reviews, he even mentioned it when I sent him a couple beers from Canada. Specifically, he mentioned like the only thing I've ever had from Canada was like Molson and Labatt, and I'm like, it's pretty much what a lot of people in the States, you know, think of when they think of Canadian beer. They're thinking of the big name brands. They're not thinking of the craft brands. They don't know of any of the craft brands because none of their craft brands really.
No, for the most part, none of the craft brands get out of the area they're sold in, like their own area.
And unfortunately, like Bose, who is coming to New York State, and we should see their products here. I think by the end of summer they should be here. You know, they're sending in fucking Mug Tread, which admittedly I enjoy. I think it's an awesome Kolsch, but the price you're going to pay for that as a Kolsch in the States, it's not many people are going to buy them. And then they're sending the Tom Green beer, which might sell because people in the States do know Tom Green, and they might think, oh, that's a cool label or whatever the case may be, but it's really just an average milk style at best.
Yeah, no, what they should be sending is like Vanilla Rock, Bourbon Barrel Aged Screaming Beaver, Collaborator, anything that's going to sell, because the American... And this is the thing I always... When I talk to breweries now that are going to the States, I talk to them about this, and I'm like, the States are so far ahead of us that you can't send your flagship beers.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well,
that sounds kind of conceited too. If you didn't know any better, like just the Americans have so much, but it's the truth. Most of the states are allowed to fucking have just tons of different breweries come in, and it's tough nowadays to get just a regular old pale ale in and just be like people go nuts over it. It just
don't get me wrong. You've been up here enough time to review Canadian beer to know that a lot of Canadian beers stand up to American beers, but our flagship beers just aren't going to impress the American public enough to sell.
Yeah, you send Bo's Lug Tread down there, and what is that comparable to in America? That's like fucking regular Saranac or Sierra Nevada or something like that.
Well, let's not drop the Saranac, because Saranac.
But it's somewhat comparable to that, and it's not what the people who are buying beer, you know, craft beer, are really looking for. So they just pass it by.
Exactly.
When you say that Flying Monkeys is out there now, like, are you getting everything in their lineup that you can get here? Like, are you getting like?
No, we're getting shit that you can't even get. No, I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting El Toro Bravo, which we can only get at like 20 different beer stores.
Right, but are they like also sending over like anti-gravity light?
No, Smash Bomb and Stereo Vision.
But we're also getting Chocolate Manifesto. That's available in Ohio.
Yeah, they made more Chocolate Manifesto just to sell in the States, not here in Canada.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, to break into the market, you would need to send out your top stuff. Like, there's no point in sending light or amber.
You know what they should make? They should make another batch of Alpha Fornification and send it to the States. That would make them huge in the States. Hoppiest beer in the world.
But you look at this. Yeah, that would definitely sell, especially around here, any place in the U.S. for the most part. But like Chocolate Manifesto, if people knew that was a fucking triple chocolate milk stout, you'd have a lot more people going, you know what, $10 a fucking $7.50? Yeah, let me try that. That sounds awesome. That's an awesome beer I could share with someone or bring to a party and see if people would like. But no one knows what it is. They can't be bothered to read what it is. They don't have like a little display saying, now in Western New York, Flying Monkeys, and here's their offerings, and here's what each one is. Here's the sales rep. Here, you want a tasting. They're not doing that shit. They're just throwing it on the fucking shelves with the rest of the regular beers and hoping that the consumer makes the appropriate choice. They're not going to. They're going to go to their staple beer, especially in consumers. A lot of people don't go to consumers to browse. They go there to buy whatever they want to buy.
Your sales. Sorry, go ahead there, Devin.
I was going to say, you're saying it's too many words for people to sound out. It does say that on the label.
I think the biggest problem for Canadian breweries breaking into the American market is the American market's just their sales, their whole setup. because the American market, it's not the brewery that is being the reps themselves. Like here in Ontario, the brewery has all of its own sales reps that are everywhere. In the U.S., it's your distributor. So you can find a distributor, and if the distributor doesn't care to push your beer isn't getting pushed.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
Well, what's the point of bringing them in, though, then?
It's really head-scratching because, I mean, you look at the stuff Bo sends down there, and it's like people are going to read the... Okay, they'll see the bottle and go, okay, the label looks kind of cool. This sounds interesting. Then they'll start reading it, and it'll be like Bo's festive beer or whatever, the Hell's Lager or their Kolsch. It's like no one wants to buy that stuff down in the U.S. I mean,
I'm curious if the reason they're sending the Bo's Lug Tread is because they're trying to appeal to the American hipster crowd. Because the Bo's Lug Tread does talk about all of its things, like it's in a 600 milliliter bottle because it saves glass and it's better for the consumer. It's all organic. It's this. It's that. I think that's what they're hoping for, but the Lug Tread is just a Kolsch, and if you're going to sell it in a 4-pack in the U.S., you're going to sell it for more than a 6-pack's going to cost. People are going to go to the 6-pack before the 4-pack.
You know what's going to happen, though, Chad, is how much is the 4-pack in Ontario?
Oh, I don't even remember. I haven't bought a 4-pack in a while.
I'm going to think it's around $17.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's in the mid-teens, right? So let's say in the U.S. it's even somewhat cheaper. Let's say it's around...
It'll be cheaper because of the taxes being taken off of it.
Let's say it's 13 to 15 for a 4-pack, say. Let's you save somewhere between $2 to $4, right?
Yeah.
People are just going to be like, okay, it's even if they look at it and they just say they know what a Kolsch is and they know what kind of beer it is, even if they don't, they're going to go, wow, 4-pack of this, or I can go buy that 12-pack of Sam Adams for $14 that has 6 different beers and 12 in total. Why would I waste my money on that? Oh, that has a Kolsch in there, that Port Rock or whatever. They don't
even say it's a Kolsch, right? They call it a Lagerdale, and only people that know beer know what a Lagerdale actually is.
And if they don't know, they're going to ask the people there, like, oh, what is it? If they say it's a Kolsch or it's an easy drinking thing, people are not going to be sold on a fucking Kolsch style of beer, regardless of how cheap it is. That's just not something that's going to sell.
I think if they were sending Lug Tread to the States, what they should have done was drop it down into a 6-pack of 355s.
Yeah,
they should have done it properly and actually lowered it, but that goes against their entire green initiative of using less glass and everything.
I mean,
else.
your hipster thing you were saying about trying to appeal to the hipster crowd. I mean, all their beers do that, though, don't they? All of them are organic.
They all do, and actually all 4 of the barrel-aged beers that I did, I haven't posted any of them yet, but all 4 barrel-aged beers, I asked the same question. And I wasn't trying to be a douche because I like the guys at Bose. I like them all. I've met most of them. I'm friends with some of them. But my question is, can you still call yourself certified organic if your alcohol, like the barrel that you've been aging in, is not from a certified organic source? So you aged in rum barrels, cognac barrels, and ice wine and white wine. If that white wine wasn't an organic white wine, is it still an organic beer? Because you're picking up things from the original white wine that weren't organic.
Yeah. And I think another thing that might be a big issue is when they do their specialty beers, like outside of their Lug Tread and all their mainstays, how much do they actually make? Like, do they have enough where they can even really put a dent in the U.S. market and make sales?
Now they can. They've expanded so huge that they have fermenters and their brew kettle. Their brew kettle is probably the same size as the. Actually, the brew kettle is one of the biggest I've seen. Their fermenters though are as big as, for anyone. Devin, you've been to Wellington, right?
Yeah.
Their fermenters inside their building are the same as the fermenters outside of Wellington.
Oh, shit.
Well, then they should be sending fucking Bogfather down there then.
Yeah, like what was it? They lost 22 barrels of the Patrick one.
Strong Patrick.
Strong Patrick. They lost 22 barrels of Strong Patrick, and they still had enough to support all of Ontario.
Cool.
I think if they want to break into the States, they need Kid Rock to back them.
I think to be 100% wrong here, right? Shout out Jameson. I think honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what brewery from Canada is trying to break into the state. It's an uphill battle because nowadays how the craft beer scene is here and how it's been for a while now, you either have to have a well-known company or a hyped company to do really well outside of your own backyard. Like if you're, a California brewery, it's tough to sell stuff all the way across on the other coast in New York unless you have hype or people know about it. So I think even a Bellwoods, which I think Bellwoods is the best brewery in Canada that I've had so far. Their upper echelon beers, the barrel-aged stuff, just the hoppy beers they have, really do stand up to a lot of the hyped American brews. I do think, though, if you got them into Western New York, they would be hard-pressed to do well selling their beers just because people just don't know about them. They need some kind of hype or need some kind of outlet to be pushed, and it just doesn't seem like people are willing to do that here, at least based on what I've seen from Flying Monkeys.
I think that's going to be what happens in Ontario soon. I mean, and remember we talked. You guys weren't there, but when we talked to no, you guys were there. I'm an idiot. Joe wasn't there because he hung over. When we talked to Matt, we were talking about the bubble popping. That's what we were talking about. Things like that, where breweries will stop existing because of that. I mean, I think you're going to see that soon in Ontario. You might see that soon in Nova Scotia, where unless you come out with something amazing that steals people away, they're just going to go with the people that have been there for a while. I mean, we have breweries now that have been here for 15 to 20 years. They have a loyal following. To get them away and go to something like Five Paddles, you have to be something innovative. I mean, Five Paddles is innovative, and they're in Whitby, and they're the only brewery in Whitby, which is what they have going for them. They make their bottles, and Whitby buys them out because they're amazing. But you put Five Paddles in Toronto, where there's Bellwoods and everything else, and Five Paddles probably wouldn't have done as well.
It's the same here, though. There's a lot of friends I have and family members that just if a brewery that is well known comes out with a new beer, automatically trying it, automatically ready to buy it. Because I'll give you an example: Firestone Walker coming out with their Easy Jack IPA, which is their session IPA, right? I know like 4 people that instantly bought a case of it before even trying it because it's Firestone Walker, and they just know because of all the beers they make, barrel aged and hoppy, that they do a great job. What the hell's that?
Nutcracker Porter.
Mm-hmm. Non-barrel aged one, just regular.
Regular. Actually, I didn't like the barrel aged one. I really liked the original. I didn't like the barrel aged. And that's weird because I love barrels.
Sometimes they fucking just don't come off well. I'll tell you what, this is the fucking one of the roastiest stouts I've ever had. Holy fucking balls!
How do you like it?
It's super roasty. I don't know what it's kind of still.
That's good or bad?
Cool.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. I got to do a little sip first.
I enjoyed that Railway City stuff.
It's crazy because on the nose I get tons of chocolate, even like a touch of almost vanilla, some roastiness, but like in the taste it's all roasted, almost to the point where it's burnt.
Oh, is that the Black Hole Stout?
Mm-hmm.
That actually was one of the first times I have ever made my opinion known on a video, and the brewery actually sent me a message saying they were listening to exactly what I said.
What did you say?
Because me and Tim did the very original review of that, and we thought it was very, very thin. It didn't have much flavor. It didn't have this. Didn't have that. We were talking about how it had potential. You could taste it in the background, but it was so thin. There was no body to it. There was none of this, none of that. And they sent us a message and said, yes, we thought so too. We're actually fixing that. We're going to send you a can as soon as it's done. And they sent us a can, and they fixed everything we complained about. And it was actually a really good stout after that. This year's was a little more roasty. You are correct. It was
it's not thin. Just being American style, it's a proper mouthfeel, right? But yeah, it's super roasty, getting a little bit of chocolate. But yeah, like the first couple sips were kind of overwhelming because it's almost to the whole burnt.
Well, you guys were all here when I'm just saying you guys were all here when fuck, I can't even think of people's names anymore. When the brewer from Matt Portis. Matt Portis used to brew for Railway City. He was actually the guy that sent us the message. He was on here with us one night, and he was the guy that actually sent us the message saying that they were changing it due to what we said. But you were, yeah. He's not there anymore. No, yeah, he's not there anymore, so I don't know who's brewing for them now. But they have a huge system. It's a lot different now. Like they just moved in the last year and a half to their new building, and the system is huge. The building is a beautiful building. I mean, Dev, you've been there quite often, eh?
Yep.
I haven't actually been. I haven't actually been to the back. I've only been in the retail section, but the building is beautiful now compared to what it was.
Pretty nice. I think they employ like 16 people now.
Yeah, there was 3. There was 3 when I first saw them.
They're contract brewing now as well and doing their own canning, so they've like come a long way.
Question.
A lot of their brews, a lot of their cans were very Wellington-esque, if you will, because they were Wellington. They had used Wellington yeast.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question about their Best By date? Shouldn't be really that concerned. It says Best By April 23rd. It's a month later.
The reason they have that on there is because they don't pasteurize and they have a DE filter, but they only have like 1 plate on it. They didn't have the money to get all the plates they need. So they go bad really fast unless they're refrigerated properly. But now that they're canning, you don't really have to worry as much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've had this now since Dev gave it to me, which is what the 9.
Actually, I purposely bought you a can because of that. Like they do sell it in bottles, but
the bottles were the original thing I drank from, and back then they actually didn't even have a DE filter. They had nothing, so it was unpasteurized, unfiltered. And they would sell to the LCBO. And the original bottles I had were all the original, where I was giving them 0s and 1s out of 10 each time. And that's when they contacted me to go to the brewery and do a video with them. And I drank the brews right at the brewery, actually preserved properly, in fridge the whole time. And they were actually really good. And I love them, but at the same time I hated them because they were sending these bottles to the LCBO to try and make profit, knowing full well that the LCBO wasn't going to take care of the bottles properly. And that's one of my big piss-offs, when a brewery actually purposely sends something to somebody they know isn't going to take care of them properly just to make more of a profit. You know what? You're not going to make as much profit only selling it to the brewery, but if you're not canning yet and you don't have a filter yet, fucking keep it at the brewery, because what you're doing is making a worse name for yourself than not selling them at all.
Want to send Aaron a invite there, Chad?
I just did.
Oh,
like,
okay.
just right now.
I will say though, Dev, for this, as it continues to warm up and I'm drinking on it, the roasted note dialed back a bit, a little bit more chocolate. It's turned into pretty solid. I enjoy it. It's nice.
I'm glad you do, man.
Thank you.
I bought it numerous times. And like, it's a pretty good place. The staff there are awesome. Like, it's another atmosphere brewery for me too. Like, everyone I see there is always great.
Do they have a tap section set up yet?
Not yet. I guess I heard that they ordered stuff now for like a bit of a tasting room, but I don't think I was.
Every time I go there, they don't have a tasting room, and unfortunately, every time I show up, people that don't know me are there, so I don't even have a chance to talk to anybody. The problem is when I first went there was only 3 people on staff, plus Matt, plus the other owner. So 5 in total, but 3 that worked there. So now that they have 16, I never see anybody that I actually know.
Yeah, all the counter staff seem like fairly knowledgeable. Everyone's just like, I've never had a bad experience there. And I'm not just like being biased, but it's been a great place to visit. Like, there's a reason.
Well, you know, the only bias I think you have is to your love of copper ale. But other than that,
yeah. I thought it was solid, Dev, but yeah, you fucking it's a 5-10, not
you know what?
5-10.
We always say everybody has a different taste. I just like to poke fun at my friends. That's all.
Actually, as far as like the rating system, now that you kind of brought it up there, that's another problem I have with the Untapped app, that it's like 5 instead of 10. So it rate things totally differently.
Yep. I always round down just so I don't overrate anything.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to distinguish between stuff I'd buy again and stuff that I would like buy again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
5's not enough numbers, man.
Hey, Lee, the Bad Apple Brewing, are you planning on, have they released any new beers, or how about the barrel-aged ones?
Scott and I have been talking about trying to get down there before I send out my next batch of beer mails, because they have their barrel-aged version of their Imperial Stout is there now. And they have, from what I understand from Todd, the beer dude, they have a Rausch beer there, and they have a double IPA. They are just releasing, like, either it's already released or they're releasing in the next couple days. So
How far are they from you?
They are about 20 minutes on the highway, 40 minutes regular road. So
Nice.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
we're
even if you don't get some for beer meals, whatever, you need to try some of that shit out.
we're gonna try to get down there. I'm bugging my brother. We're gonna try to get down there and fucking grab up a bunch of shit before I send out some beer mails. So if I do, there will be stuff coming your way.
What brewery is this? Sorry, I could only sort of hear it.
Bad Apple Brewing.
Is that new?
Yeah, they're very new. They're just like a little. Actually, it's right next door to his house. He's got his barn. He converted it into a brewery.
No way.
Yeah.
So how is Sea Level doing? I've only had the 2 beers you've sent here, and they were both really good. Are they coming out with a lot of new stuff, or are they pretty slow?
Yeah. No, they have their regular like rotation where they have like a specialty beer every month, and then they have their main lineup. What beers did I send to you? I sent you the Apple Blossom
and the Alt.
Oh yeah, and the Alt. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna have. And you've never had any of their other beers?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe one more.
Okay, well I'll have to get. We're gonna have to try to get out there again soon too. Hopefully I can bug my brother into getting us to both those places in the next week or so. And
how's your brother doing? I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't trolled him on his videos.
he's doing pretty good. He got his health problems under check, so he's doing pretty good now. But we'll have to get down to Sea Level 2 and grab up the sort of their selection pack, which is always like their 5 main beers, and then they have whatever monthly seasonals and rotation goes in that too. So now that they're canning, it'll be a lot easier. I can grab up a shitload of cans to send your way, and So that's actually my plan, to get down to Bad Apple and Sea Level before I send any new beer meals out. So I'll be able to spoil you and Guy and Joe and maybe you, Art.
I really like their Flanders Pale Ale. I thought that was one of the more underrated ones that you and your brother didn't really. I think your brother liked it more than you.
Scott likes it. He likes it a lot. I just thought it was, it's okay.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. I really did.
But you know me, I'm more into darker beers anyway. I'm not a big fan of pale ales. So.
If there's ever stuff up here you want to try, let me know and I'll send it back home to send out to you.
Right.
Yeah, I'll send it out. I just can't guarantee the time frame. Usually it's pretty good, especially now that I'm not doing the beer fest anymore. It's like I'm not months ahead of it right now. Usually I'm pretty good at sending stuff out right away.
I picked up a 6-pack here in the States. Pretty hyped around here because it's only, I think their distribution is only in South Carolina for the most part, but Westbrook, the Goza they have. Yeah. Good times. Got one for you, one for Ewart, one for Aaron, one for Ewart's buddy, and then an extra one. So maybe I'll leave the extra one with you, and you can decide if you want to send it to somebody or leave it for Dev or whatever. But it's almost like I've only had a couple Gozas before, and this one's almost like a Berliner Weiss meets a Goza. Like it has a pronounced sourness to it.
That's kind of what a Goza is, right? It's a salty wheat beer, and sometimes it's a sour salty wheat beer.
It's crazy because you drink and you're like, oh my god, it's Berliner Weiss, and then like around your entire palate, like the edges of it all around, just has this salty brininess to it that it's really awesome because it makes you want to take another sip instantly. And then you get the sourness and the saltiness again. You're like, God, I gotta get rid of that, but it's fucking pretty damn good and quite refreshing. I think it's like 4.2%.
Yeah, the steady as she goes from Niagara College is my least favorite Goza I've ever had. Actually, my two favorite Gozas are probably from Bose. The Pop Goza Dynamite and the what was the
Dynamite?
I had that. The one you're thinking of, I've had.
I'm trying to remember the name of that other one.
Did they both come with these salt packets?
Yeah, it came with the salt packet, so you could add extra salt. Opa's, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I had that one.
But I've only had Opa's on tap, and they gave me a salt packet to add as I wanted. Organic sea salt.
It's just such a fucking interesting style because it's one of those styles that said that almost kind of just disappeared because no one was brewing it, and you get it and it's just like it's so unique, but it is pretty damn tasty if you get a well made one. It hits the spot, especially nice in the spring summertime. So
Yes, it is actually a really good summer beer. So if Theodora is still here, Gozas are a really good summer beer too. Radlers, Gozas. I won't say Shandies because Shandies are usually only made by the big companies.
Mm.
I got to pick up
Again,
the
Mill
line and Google.
Street stock ale. Just there's so many nice styles. I'm a weirdo though. I'll drink imperial stouts in the middle of the summer as well. But there's so many nice styles of beer out there that are great for the summer.
I'm thinking Ostos should make a Goza. They should go with Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters Goza.
Yeah.
Gozer. You know what?
Because it'll have the Ostos in the actual name, right? So
they actually have the perfect spot to do it too, because they have a winery on each side of them. Who's that just joined us?
Oh shit!
The douche. What's going on, douche?
Not too much. What are you guys saying?
I'm saying that as sad as it is, I actually have better lighting than you.
Yeah. I don't get the controller here, so.
He's in a hotel in Montreal, bros.
Yeah, Montreal, right behind me here.
Actually, douche, now that you're here, here's something we have to ask you. Are you able to get us a can of Heavy Topper? Because the bearded man right there, the bearded man in the middle of the screen, says that this is comparable to Heavy Topper, and we want to do a blind taste test.
Well,
I already commented on how stupid his palate is, so you don't need to do that.
Yes, we already told him he's stupid, but we want to do a blind taste test now.
So the guy with jaundice and liver failure has a better palate than me?
Yeah.
Real, no way.
Oh, Dev, we love you. Just not your palate.
Yeah.
Sucks.
The Copper Ale gets a 10. A fucking 10.
Hey, man, I love that beer.
Hey, we all have beers that we love that other people look at us like we're crazy. Like, I love the Mill Street Vanilla Porter. I love Innocent
That is
Gun.
a 10. Fucking
yeah, it's a 10 for me. But again, remember, I did have it not nitroed and not carbonated right from the fermenter. And that's what I remember every time I sip it, is exactly what it tasted like right from the fermenter.
yeah, there's some really fucked up people like that Mango Magnifico. Like, I don't know
there
what
is.
the fuck's going on.
There's quite a few of them. And then there's even more fucked up people who don't like it. I don't know who those people are.
Yeah, and I was right in the middle, so I don't fall into any one of those
Actually,
camps.
you know who's supposed to be here tomorrow to drink a beer with me or two? Filthy Phil and Nintendo. They're coming over tomorrow.
That's something.
JTV, bitches.
I'm going to get Nintendo on camera one of these days, and you guys are going to laugh your ass off when we get this fucking this Indian guy on camera who's right from India going, you know what we do? We blow up their house. We blow up their house. It's awesome. He's amazing to get drunk because you just learn so much about India, and at the same time, he's such a great guy.
It could be a Q&A on fucking terrorism.
It could be. Well, it was great. The last time we got him drunk, and this is how long ago it was last summer. So it's been a year since he's been here, but he's been in India for a while because he just got married. But he was sitting here going, I sit on my porch and my neighbor's outside going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. In India, we blew up your house. And I was like, yeah, you're awesome.
Sounds like they got issues over there.
Joe, to your chin, bud.
What's up? I have half coach. Fuck you, man. What are you drinking?
And you went Amish with no mustache?
Yeah. I decided it's fucking warm out, so I wanted to get rid of my beard. I'm not Dev.
It's not warm here, man. It was like fucking 12 degrees today, man.
Really, that's it? Yeah, it's fucking like...
You must feel like you're back at home then, there, Aaron, because it's still like that around here.
Fucking windy, man. Cold and windy.
What are you drinking?
So, Jukebox Distortion. It's actually by Brother Montreal. So.
I love those guys.
It's not terrible, to be honest with you. I was really expecting something super, super weak. But I mean, I just started. I just got into it, so. But a little dank, little piney. There is some citrus, and actually actually surprised with some tropical notes, so it's not too bad. I think it's pretty fresh too. What's that?
What style is it?
It's an IPA.
Okay.
American style IPA, I guess, is what they push here.
America.
Honestly, I haven't had too many good IPAs from Quebec, though.
Were you at the Brasserie de Montreal there?
No, I picked it up at Peluso last night.
Okay, I only asked because I got an email from somebody from there at one point talking to me about some beer reviews I've done from them, and I didn't think anything of it, and I sent a email to them asking about joining our beer festival last year, and apparently they don't do beer festivals, but because it was me they were thinking about it, they ended up not doing it because they had to pay an export tax to get into Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out the person that emailed me actually was the owner. I didn't know that.
I don't think they're too big. I don't really know much about them, to be honest with you. But I know
they do some of their beers are amazing and some of them are horrible, but they do their own style of every style, right? Like everything they do, it's whatever they feel it should be like.
Yeah, well, this isn't bad. I know they actually started like last year. They had out the jukebox one, which I didn't even fucking try because I'm like, I'm not sure what it's going to be like, and I don't really care to spend money on it. But it's honestly not bad. Unlike I had what was it? What did I have last night? L'Exploité from Brasserie du Monde, and it's fucking so. And I had La Stout, the cocoa one, and I hated it. It was gross. Just, it tasted like cocoa flavored extract.
I think I've only had the vanilla one of La Stout.
I have that one too, the coffee and vanilla one. I'm hoping that one's better.
Guy and I both love that one. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people review it, so that's why I actually bought it. I thought I'd give it a whirl.
It's like eating like chocolate coffee vanilla cake. Like it's really good.
Cool. I also got this.
Sorry, I'm not in the window. What is that? I was just getting an email from Flying Monkeys that I was going to read, so I wasn't in the window.
So, Brasserie Illimité, you know them, right? They do
that's simple malt. Yeah.
Well, the bottle shop that I go to called Peluso, it's their 30th anniversary. So they brewed a stout in collaboration with Illimité, and it's a cherry imperial cherry stout.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I have no idea how it is. I've never even heard of it until I saw it in the shop. And if I had more space in my luggage, man, I would probably buy a few up. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't.
Out of curiosity, what was that bottle?
How much?
Yeah.
It's a $7.50, and it was $11.
No, that's not horrible compared to Ontario prices.
Not bad at all.
For what you consider a pretty special release, yeah.
What's the ABV on it?
It's 9.5, I think.
Okay, so you're
9.5.
so that's essentially paying exact same price you'd pay for a bottle of Chimay Grand Reserve.
Yeah.
But is it as good as Chimay Grand Reserve?
Well,
It's fucking better. No, who knows?
Yeah. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to bring it home and maybe share it with people. So.
Oh, thanks.
Unsuspecting. Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And of course, Joe, I got 2 boxes of the Dieu de Ciel barrel-aged beers. So.
3 times. I managed to pick Aaron up a parabola. I guess it's all right. I heard good things.
Parabola.
Aaron's never had it. Aaron's never had it, and I was lucky enough to get two bottles of it. One for myself, and Chad's already had it. Lee's already had it. So I figured get one of him. Yeah, Dev doesn't count. But I do have extra bottles, so I do have extra bottles. So with Dev, next time, well, when you come back to Niagara, I'll have a bottle waiting to share with multiple people.
Okay, is there any more comments there, Lee? Has anybody asked us a question, commented?
No, I think our viewership has gone down to like one person. So.
Okay, well, anyway.
Viewers.
Two things. First, Nick, is there anything new in the New Brunswick brew scene? You're my connection out there, you and Dawn, and Dawn obviously ignores us.
Don, if you're watching, fuck you.
As for products
You
from
must have a cold again.
breweries, not much. I know that Melonhead is coming out here again soon. They're in the process of they picked the winning cat that's going to go on the label, but they haven't put it. They haven't announced the winner.
Are they doing the
That's all I know from that. Nothing new in the front from Pump House or Big Tide. As far as products go in New Brunswick liquor, there's like the Atlantic Canada Beer Fest is in Moncton on Saturday. I'm not going, but apparently surrounding that event, a whole bunch of different beers have been announced as being listed in NB Liquor. But I don't know what kind of distribution there is. Some of them have already started appearing in Moncton area stores, but I don't know if they're going to make down here to St. John. It might just be for the fest. But we're going to get like the majority of the lineup of True Diab down here. And some beers from Howe Sound out in BC.
They actually have some good beers, and they have some horrible beers.
Yeah.
Is that Howe Sound or?
Yeah.
I had two good ones from them.
I did. How many people loved the tribute this year? I didn't like it. I drain poured it.
That was
I liked
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. I found it quite good. Although I would say that it was pushing the sweetness boundary.
I think if the sweetness was bumped up 5 to 10%, it might have been a drain pour, or at the very least, I probably.
See, for me, it was the sweetness that made me drain pour it. It was way too sweet for me. It just was. It was gross.
And Aaron gave me that like 4 or 5 months ago, so it definitely could have.
Yeah, I let it sit for a while, because it was 2000. It was 2012 already. I figured, I'll let it sit a few more months just for shits and giggles, and it was way too sweet for me. I drain poured it.
Yeah,
I had a picture one. I'm curious to see how it pans out.
However, I did have their Age of Raisin last night, and it was actually really good. It was very subtle, very light, very subtle, but it was a good beer.
To go back to Howe Sound for a second, in the fall time, when I first started coming up to your place, Chad, I picked up a pumpkin eater. And I haven't drank it yet, and I'm thinking of aging that. That should age relatively fine, right?
Their pothole filler was actually really good. I haven't had their Woolly Bugger, though, yet. Have you had the Woolly Bugger?
Woolly Bugger was okay. It was nothing to write home about, though.
Yeah, see, I've been aging it, too. I've decided that from now on, whenever I get a barley wine, I'm just going to leave it for a while before I try it.
I think that one could actually do with some age, to be honest with you. Because it comes, really it doesn't come off with a lot of... I think barley winey is almost a little bit more like a strong.
Is that the copper ale?
But yeah.
Just for Joe.
Yeah, you fucking.
I'm sitting on the Beard of Zeus myself still right now. I'm going to do the Beard of Zeus soon, but it's just because it's a barley wine. I've just been letting it sit for a bit.
I'm following directions. It tells me not to drink it for a year, so I can't drink it for a year.
Don't touch it.
No,
I don't
even look at it. I'm like, I can't look at it. Not allowed.
The first direction that was given to me as a kid is don't go in the sun. Do you think I followed that direction?
No. But
I can't remember how old the one was I had.
I'm curious if Joe and his dad are going to find my house now that all the changes have happened since he's been here last.
Come on, bro. We're Polish, but we're not that Polish.
Well, all I know is if Paul ever came back and his car died again, he doesn't have a lawn to drive on.
Wow.
Hey, Lee, do you know if the Melonhead contest is still on right now or no?
No, it's over.
Or sorry, Nick.
It's over, yeah. They're in the process of announcing the winner.
Oh, really? Fuck. Yeah. My brother has a hat that is actually cross-eyed.
Oh, yeah?
And I was going to tell him to enter it this year, but I didn't think they did it this early on. Fuck.
Well, it's a summer beer. They pick the winners in the early spring, and then they have the production ready for June. I think is usually when it launches.
I could have sworn it was earlier or later last year.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
Hey Chad, what's the? Do you know offhand what the best after date is on your Beard of Zeus you have?
They should all be December, like 20 something, or
Yeah, mine says December 31st, 2014.
They're all the same, Lee, because Aaron picked them up all at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, they would have all been bought the same day.
Well, I gotta tell you right now, it's drinking pretty fucking awesome. So
yeah, man, I'm tempted after your review to open one, but fuck.
it can only get better, but I mean, it's drinking pretty goddamn great right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you all want to know what my main gripe is about a real Teku glass over any other glass?
Nope.
Any other glass that's a straight or a inward sloped mouthpiece makes a meniscus, so you can pour your beer and get head going above it. The actual real Tekus are all an outward spiral, so if you can't get that beautiful visual of the head sitting above the glass, because it all just rolls down the side. That's my only real gripe about the real Tekus.
My real gripe is about a pint glass or English and pint glass or an Imperial is they look like fucking shit.
I don't
Hey,
really
this-
think the Tecos look all that great, honestly.
This is the Labatt Sterling fucking
So terrible.
beautiful glass.
Don't even want to drink that beer. Looks
No, you don't want to drink Labatt Sterling. Trust me, you don't want to drink.
No, I don't want to.
Sterling.
I don't even want to drink the fucking.
I'll drink it. Just
What you're drinking? The fucking what is it? The bourbon soaked vanilla beans. Harry?
Yeah, I'm having my last bottle of Harry Porter.
What can you say? We drank Labatt Superbock, and that was better than any Labatt product currently made. So
No, Labatt Porter is better than Labatt Superball.
But only
Well,
specific.
actually-
right?
Duchette is currently in Montreal. He should get us some Labatt Porter to send to you guys.
If I had room, I'd be all game.
I don't think you would because it's the back.
Carry it in your pocket. Get a pair. You have a pair of cargo pants in that luggage. Come on.
Cargo pants, man. What is this, fucking 1996?
Are you making fun of my cargo pants? Don't make me send the bearded one after you.
Dude, his liver's failing him. Give him a break.
To our 3 viewers, thank you for being the only 3 people that care to join us for a beer. Cheers.
yeah, the rest of you watching after the fact, fuck off.
Actually, you know what? This beer actually tastes better past its expiry date.
I thought you were gonna say it tastes better than that glass.
Is that PC Amber?
No, this is the Harry Porter in the bourbon-soaked vanilla beans. But you didn't taste any bourbon or anything really in it when you drank it fresh. But now that it's past its expiry date, now that it's expired, it actually tastes better.
Well, that's good for
Now,
DJ at least.
I just got my email in from Andrea Chiodo, the wife of Peter Chiodo, owner of Flying Monkeys. You guys want to hear you want me to read you the exact press release that was released? Oh, no, that fell. There we go. So this is, well, nobody said yes, so I won't read it.
Just fucking go for it. Shut up. and do
Okay,
it.
fine. Anyway, this is the press release from Flying Monkeys about the beer store. So, Barrie, Ontario, May 27th, 2014, so yesterday. Flying Monkeys Craft Brewery pledges support for beer sales in convenience stores. As the outcry for free and open competition in alcohol retailing escalates, the Flying Monkeys Craft Brewery supports the Ontario Convenience Store Association's bid to see beer sold at your local corner store. Why are the Flying Monkeys supporting the Ontario Convenience Store Association? Peter Chiodo, founder and artisan. Fuck you, Peter. I love you, but fuck you, artisan. Brewer at Flying Monkeys explains, we support the freedom for any beer retailer wishing to compete in the marketplace. When 80% of all beer in this province is unfairly funneled through our foreign-owned beer retail cartel without any government or oversight or transparency, we as Ontarians have a problem. No retailer should be prevented by his or her own government or the beer store from competing in an open market. After brewers buy their way into the beer store network, the beer store is prejudiced in the way the retail craft beer limits. Who the fuck is being a dick? We overreach our budgets to pay the beer store listings, but then we are relegated to the far back corners on self-serve stores or behind the wall in conventional and ice-cold express stores. Already, right off the bat, certain convenience store chains have offered 30% of their beer shelf space for craft beer, and others even guaranteeing us no listing fees. Neither the Ontario Convenience Store Association nor the Flying Monkeys wants to disband the beer store. Again, that's what I'm saying too. I don't want to disband the beer store. They are good for what they do. The Flying Monkeys founder is empathetic. The government needs to grant more retailing licenses so Ontario can actually have an open and competitive retail beer market. 70% of Ontarians want an alternative beverage retailing system. It's no wonder the beer store is afraid of competition. They only offer 400 brands, and most of their stores look like Stalinist-era prisons from the 1940s.
They fucking do.
The experience at these outlets is dismal. I could go to a typical grocery store in Ohio, a beer store in Alberta, or a convenience store in Quebec, and see 1,000 different beers displayed fairly and openly on brightly lit shelves and in coolers. I haven't been to a beer store in Quebec that has 1,000 beers on sale, just to be honest with people. Convenience stores is quite apparent. How can the government ignore the largest petition ever with over 403 signatures fully supporting the sale of alcohol in convenience stores? It makes no sense to me. The only explanation is big breweries have successfully whatever. They successfully taken over the government and lobbied to maintain their control for decades. Peter, fuck you and your big words. Any opposition to the media in the media by the beer store can't be taken seriously, says Chiodo. The beer store owners are funneling at least $700 million a year in profits out of our country. They will tilt, distort, and twist data to the most self-serving manner possible to protect their monopoly and prevent competition. We've all talked about this already. I'm actually amazed that somebody's actually coming out and saying all this openly. The beer store's apocalyptic picture of underage drinking, alcoholism in epidemic proportions, and the skyrocketing beer price is alarmist and wrong. In fact, the opposite is true. Data from a Canadian addiction research paper proves scarcity in access points more, actually, to the possibility with higher heavy drinkers rates running in Ontario than in Alberta, Quebec, or BC, all provinces with open and fair beverage alcohol distributions. What does the future for beer retailing look like in Ontario? Peter Chiodo obliquely points out it will continue to be the grim unless we, both brewers and consumers, loudly advocate for the free and competitive retailing of beer in the convenience stores, grocery stores, big box stores, specialty beer stores, LCBO, and the beer stores. In the 21st century, and beer retailing model in Ontario is beyond antiquated. Andrea Woods Chiodo, Ego Management and Creative Director, Flying Monkeys Breweries. What do you guys think? I'm unplugging my mic right now because I'm going to go pee in the sink.
I agree. I say good on Flying Monkeys. Fly, my pretties, fly!
Cool. So where can I pick up Matador 2 that's not the beer store?
In Consumers Beverages in Western New York, all locations.
Well, you know, if
for
hopefully, you know, if beer store loses their big fucking stranglehold monopoly, you might be able to buy it somewhere else in Ontario.
I hope
you would hope so.
I hope for Canadian sake that happens, because you know, Chad mentions that he doesn't want them to go away, but hopefully there's other options that come up down the pipeline for you guys, because it's just shitty.
I don't shop there. They keep the college crew happy though, so whatever.
Chad's right though, like that online thing on Google there that's showing the inside of a beer store where you can navigate through it. It looks like the fucking Death Star or like a fucking funeral home or something like that. Like, holy fuck, man. It's like, I don't want to buy beer there.
Hey, here's some pallets. We'll just throw them in the middle of the floor and have at it. Enjoy it.
Walmart has a better aesthetic than a lot of beer stores.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
It's just this. I mean, going into, I don't know. I could never shop there just based on purely everything that it was talked about. It's just, I'd rather go to LCBO, even if like an exclusive came there. Fuck that place.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I never really heard what the explanation was, or I know they said that they were limited in SKUs and getting it into the LCBO.
Yes.
But they never seem to be fucking limited in SKUs the last 2 years that they've released several, including Matador 1, BNL.
The problem is that the LCBO is making it harder for breweries to get in because they're trying to expand for more new breweries. So BNL only has so many SKUs they can use, and to get all their flagship beers in now, because they've added Stereo Vision to their flagship beers and everything else, they already are expanded past what they can normally hold.
I missed all that because my fucking connection's a piece of shit.
Okay, what I said was basically with all the new breweries in Ontario and with the LCBO actually expanding its beer selection, you are only allowed a certain amount of SKUs now in the LCBO.
The LCBO has limited the SKUs as opposed to the last couple of years.
Yeah, with the last couple of years it was, will it sell? We'll take it. Now it's, will it sell? How many beers are you selling with us right now? Sorry, you can't get in.
That's bullshit.
Well, I mean, the store only has so much room, so at some point it really does have to make a limit. Because it wants to be open to all Ontario breweries that can they can give them exactly the amount of beer they want. Because
Sure.
A lot of breweries can't make the right amount of beer to get into the LCBO. But if you can make the right amount of beer, we have to make shelf space for you. So it comes down to, oh no, what will we do?
Yeah, that seems to be the same situation with the NSLC, because you see like Propeller and Garrison and Pump House and local breweries like that. Yeah, you got your shelf space, you got your certain number of shelf space, but that means you only got a certain amount of your lineups allowed in our store, and sometimes you'll get some of your specialty stuff in on the specialty shelf, but other than that, it's like, you know, we only got so much room, so it's like you see brands drop
that's what
all the
happens
time.
when only government stores are allowed to sell it. You only have so much room. You need private stores so that private stores can go, you know what, we want to sell your specialty beer.
Yeah, and you see that in the private stores around the city. They have, you know, Propeller, Garrison's specialty stuff. You can find it there, so it's like that's the way it's set up.
It sucks.
And as far as I know, not too many, you know, there's not an epidemic of underage drinkers buying stuff from private shops and getting drunk because they're not buying fucking. First off, they're not buying Propeller Porter or.
No, they're going to buy Miller.
Special. Yeah.
And let's be honest, the costs are higher. The costs at like Premier in Halifax, not Premier Buffalo. Their costs are, you know, it's not cheap stuff. You don't walk in there to get cheap beer. Period.
Hey, Aaron, do you know any 18-year-olds?
Well, that's a funny question.
Well, remember,
probably.
I did say in one of my rant videos about the beer store propaganda that I want to prove that they're not 100% infallible. I want 18-year-olds to go into the beer store on camera, like on secret camera from their friends and stuff, while they're looking at other things, because there's beer stores all around that you can look at things and still be, you know, not noticed, and try and buy stuff and see how many of them actually get out to prove that they're not 100% infallible, like they say they are.
Well, I don't know anybody, but I mean, they're not. They aren't infallible from...
No, I know they're not. I was 16 buying beer at the beer store.
Everybody knows, because everybody at one point was 16, 17, 18 and buying beer or dial a beer or whatever, right? Like, I've heard the stories.
Hell, I got kicked out of a bar in Ottawa. I got kicked out of Peter's Pantry. I'm going to name it because it doesn't exist anymore. But for anybody in my age group or above my age group, they all know Peter's Pantry in Ottawa. I was drinking in Peter's Pantry at 16. I had a big mohawk. I was built like a fucking brick shit house, as my mother called me. And I was drinking in Peter's Pantry from 16 to 19. At 19, they found out it was my 19th birthday, and they kicked me out for life.
But you know, honestly, you don't even necessarily have to find 18-year-olds. You could look for anyone who looks under 25, because usually that's the rule.
Yes,
right?
because the check mark is 25 and under ID'd. So anybody that looks under 25 going in and buying booze. But I only want the illegals because it's proof that they're making it through. I wouldn't want to use their names. I'd blur out their faces, all that stuff, so they don't know who they are. But, my camera fell.
But still, what you're essentially doing is like unofficial mystery shop thing, and that's what the mystery shoppers do. They try to catch people. Like they'll bring in fake IDs, even if they're over 19, right? And you know, if they don't, and if they.
Oh no, I know fake shoppers. I know secret shoppers. I've had enough of them in my time.
So I think secret shoppers are still a valid way to go. I mean, as well. So you can throw in some over 19 people just to broaden the pool a bit.
I fucked the beer store. So we'll ask Aaron and Nick, since they weren't here when we were here. But what beer are you guys looking forward to drinking this summer, spring, summer?
Jeez. Something I haven't had.
Yeah.
Fantastic answer by both of you.
I'm seriously excited and I'm hoping that, just like Nova Scotia, New Brunswick gets Stiegl Radler in.
Stiegl Radler is so nice.
Oh, God, is it ever.
I'm out of it. It's out of it here. We gotta wait for another shipment.
Well, I've still got the grapefruit one there waiting for you, Nick. So.
Yeah. Cool, thanks, man. I haven't had a chance to check out your review of it, Lee, but I'm drinking Ginger Ninja.
Oh, God.
Again, I didn't think it was a horrible ginger beer.
Yeah, but your pal's stupid.
Yeah, my pal's stupid. But anyway, of all the alcoholic ginger beers I've had, it's probably one of the better alcoholic ginger beers.
Yeah, I guess.
Grades into
I mean, of non-alcohol, if you're going to add in non-alcoholic ginger beers to the equation, it's nowhere near the top.
No, I want authentic like ginger spiciness.
Yeah,
and that
like
just...
did you try one of the ginger beers that I had from Nickelbrook when you were here?
Nah, I don't think so.
I have one in the fridge that you gave me. Yeah,
the fridge.
I'll go and get a fresh case of it, and I'll send you one. But the ginger beer from Nickelbrook is amazing. They made it once, and at first John was never going to make it again because he had to hand peel 200 pounds of fucking ginger. Hand peel 200 pounds of ginger. And he wanted to kill somebody. He was telling me he wanted to murder his family because of hand peeling this ginger. But it's the best ginger beer I've ever had. And I was hoping that he would get denied the Lakeport location, because when he got denied the Lakeport location for his second brewery in Hamilton, he was going to go to Grimsby. And the reason I wanted him to go to Grimsby with his brewery is so that he could do a pre-made, his ginger beer mixed with 40 Creek from Kittling Ridge.
Interesting.
I'll say I've had the ginger beer from them before. I do have the other bottle you gave me, but fuck that noise. The root beer is awesome. All right?
The root beer is the best root beer I've ever had, and that was something else I wanted. If they got the Grimsby location, I had talked them into using the Kittling Ridge rum as a premix and making a premix where they split the profits. So for every can that was sold, there would be $1.50 profit. So each of them would get 75 cents from every can.
I thought they only sold that at the brewery, but Aaron was saying that he picked it up at a grocery store somewhere, right?
Goodness Me, which is kind of like a Whole Foods style.
Yeah, now that they're making big batches of it, it's slowly moving out. Like it was there at Silversmith, but they were sold out. Remember?
Yeah, I was pissed. Well, my dad was pissed.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're across the road from a Goodness Me, so it wouldn't surprise me if they worked out a deal with their distribution, because there's one in my town. They get, like, cases of it in my town, so.
I mean, I think it's hard pressed for a lot of people to take a pop and that's right, fucking pop. Fuck everyone that says soda. Pop and just sit there and actually enjoy it. 12 ounce.
It's expensive. What was it in the grocery store, Aaron? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. Dude, I don't look at price tags like ever. I have $2.3.
How much, sorry?
I'm guessing $2.50.
Oh man, then you get it a lot cheaper than we get it in breweries.
I probably made that up. Then I'll look next time.
Yeah, please.
Aaron, making up numbers.
I think it was like
don't look.
It was something like $10 a 6-pack or something like that. So it's an expensive pop, but it's one of the best pops I've ever had. I can't deny it.
It's the best root beer I've ever had. And I've had a lot of craft root beers in the States.
I've had a lot of root
bunch
beers.
Of different places.
And it is the best root beer I've ever had. And you know what it mixes well with? A root beer and rum. Root beer and rum is an amazing drink. And it really should be... Root beer should be something that's on tap at every bar, because root beer rum is better than rum and Coke any day of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the beard is making his lunch again for the
He's
fourth
fucking
time.
making sandwiches.
How many sandwiches do you need, bitch?
Look at him, about fucking 4 billion.
Hey, Aaron, what are you doing June 8th?
I don't know. That's random. Probably touching my penis.
I think you should come to Niagara Falls June 8th. It's a Sunday, and come to my barbecue.
Look at my calendar, bro.
Your colander?
There's a chance that I'll be there with go up there with Average Dad, and I'll have your parabola for you. But if not, we'll meet up another time, and I'll give it to you.
Are you giving me the finger?
I did.
I had to pick up some more of these so that I could drink one tonight. I only picked up 2, so hopefully this one does me.
What a terrible beer.
It's a horrible beer.
Did you see the DJ reviewed the Canadian Cherrywood? Did you see that review?
No, I didn't. I haven't watched it yet. No, it
Oh,
never came
boy.
up on my feed.
Yeah, oh boy.
What did he go off on?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, give me a spoiler, because I won't see it for another day.
Oh, he actually
I'll put it on my
enjoyed
list to look for.
He gave it an 80-something, 87, 88. He gave it like a B+. He thought it was pretty solid. With Stun Drinker Johnny went with like a 5-minute rant about Innocent Gun. It was pretty awesome.
It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything about the fact that I got Dougaled, was it?
No. It was just pretty much about how like all Innocent Gun beers taste the same, and he fucking hates it. He thinks homebrews are better. Just
I can tell you that recipe had nothing to do with their original recipe, since it was my recipe. It had nothing to do with their original recipe at all, which was why I was amazed they made it, and then I was even more amazed that they fucking Dougaled me on it.
Yeah, you're good, Dougal. It happens.
Hey, boys.
Good night, Dev.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired.
It looks like your beard's kind of tired, and I agree.
Devin, your beard is weighing you down.
Your beard's already
lethargic.
Devin, let me know if you can come on the 8th or not, because if you can, I need to know so I can order more food from Simon.
I don't eat anything anyways, man.
What's that?
I don't eat anything anyways.
What now? You can't eat anything anyways. What does that mean?
You know, I weigh like 100 pounds. You do not need to order more food.
That means you can eat more than anybody, doesn't that?
He can look at our meat and get full.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's bringing this beard, so he's eating for 2 anyway.
Yeah.
And if you can get to Kitchener, let me know, because I'll put some money aside for beers from Innocent. Now that they have bottles, I really am intrigued on getting everything they have, especially their 4.6% alcohol, 114 IBU pale ale.
Yeah, Dev, if you could just pick me up every single beer, the growler, and a bunch of glasses, I will give you no money.
Yeah, just the growler on its own is amazing. He told me he'd send me samples, and then I told him I was in Niagara, and then he didn't send me anything
The
back.
only other place that I see two other places that do growlers like that, which is kind of a bad omen, but Stone and Hill Farmstead. So hipster growlers, but it's all right. They look cool.
But he has a huge following. I mean, everybody from the UK says he's amazing.
Dave goes.
Well, I've actually since Dave, I've had like 4 other guys tell me that he's awesome.
Oh.
Right. I gotta go. See you later, Paul.
Bye, guys. Everybody leave. Everybody log off.
But Dev is really leaving.
More racist.
Because Dave is Paul, just the Canadian version.
Dev, I miss you because you're the only person that will share beer with me.
I miss you too, man.
I miss you too, Dev.
Will.
Your brother has basically said, "Fuck you, Chad. I don't like you. You have no pigment."
That's terrible.
Good seeing you.
What I heard is that his wife is scared that he'll turn out white like me.
I think his wife is just afraid that he gets drunk every time he comes to your house and fucking is just totally shit-faced every time he leaves there. Like look, and I'm a lightweight admittedly, but Jared, because of how small he is, halfway through the night, he's in the corner just like, it's yeah. Just like, what's happening?
He can do 2 reviews and he's drunk out of his mind. It's awesome.
Like Jared, man, those were all 5% beers. What is happening over there? That's pretty awesome.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will do what I can to get out there. Like I said, I should have a week off. Let you know when it is, and we'll have some news.
Just let me know what it is. We can make plans. We can do whatever we have to do. Because really, I don't send invites out anymore because nobody comes, so I just don't care. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing everything on my own now.
No, I'll let you know when I'm home so that we can work something out. Cause
awesome.
Yeah, man. We'll do it.
See you later, Deb.
All right, man. Enjoy your night. I have to go install some giant fans tomorrow. Fuck.
Have fun with that.
Sweet.
I think it's fun. They tell us it is.
Until someone gets caught in one of them. And then,
how's Ken doing? I haven't talked to him at all since the festival, and I talked to him for like 20 seconds there.
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he told me to grab my ankles, and I've just been assuming the same position since. So.
Oh, that guy's in charge of people. That's funny.
You know what? It's even funnier when you think he's in charge of people in the army, too.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Our crews have been split up, so I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm sure he's alright. I don't know.
You guys didn't see that.
I
probably didn't even see it either.
Go get your beauty sleep, bro.
Bye, Dev. Have a good night.
See you later.
There aren't enough hours in the day for beauty sleep when you have a beard like this.
It's like your own pillow. It's great.
Yeah. Also, just with it and fucking clean the shower.
Bye, Cody.
Good night, boys.
I feel like Silversmith is here every time he's in our chat.
When I saw that Facebook picture of him, Cody pouring the beer, I'm like, holy shit, is that Dev? And I'm like, no, I don't think it is. Dev's beer is a little bit more out of hand than that. Sure
you
enough,
notice
it was
that?
another guy.
Oh wait, Paul can't say anything to us because I have his adapter.
Oh
Wow,
shit!
He bought another one. He unfortunately found out how to purchase things. So, you know.
That's a beautiful, beautiful skyscape you have there, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's just like, fuck you guys, this is great.
Trying to bug Dawn into getting in here.
Dawn told us he'd be here
Be right
tonight.
back.
Fuck Dawn. You know what? I think Dawn doesn't like me because I have no pigment.
I don't think he likes any of us.
Dawn.
I don't think he likes any of us, honestly. He dodged us going up to the beer fest and barely talks to us online. It's almost like we're a burden to him.
You guys shut up, though. Like, send me a message every once in a while. Like, hey, you don't have to meet for it. Don't you suck if you hate
The
everybody.
message I saw was, sorry, Nick, I can't come hang out with you guys because I have a cold.
Oh, yeah. I got pissed off on camera when I was doing a review for it. When he texted me, it's like, something came up, I can't come. I'm like, fuck you.
I think we all should just...
I actually watched that review, the review where you actually said, he just texted me, he can't come.
I was like, oh, well, at least he didn't get a cold this time.
I think we just there's a general consensus here that Don is just really a terrible person and he doesn't like anybody. And
he only likes other French people.
I bet he drowns puppies in a sack in the river. I've heard that about him.
He's got like one of the French. He's got like one of the most maritimer accents I've ever heard around this area. He sounds like he's a fisherman.
You know, I heard he once punched a 4-year-old cancer patient right in the stomach. It's a rumor. It's totally a rumor, but I'm putting it out there on the internet just to let everyone know.
Ooh.
Are you guys talking about the cross between Bubbles and Robin Williams from fucking Good Will Hunting? Is that the guy with the beard and shit?
Yes, that's him.
Looks like Robin Williams, man, from Good Will Hunting. Like, even sometimes that shit.
Sure. You should relay some of this to the message tag. This is actually pretty gold.
I thought he was from Boston.
No, believe it or not, he's from Grand Bay, New Brunswick.
Pretty much the same place,
30
really.
minutes from here.
Okay, bitch tits.
The keys.
Oh shit, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Squash City.
I bought a new thingy mobobber.
That's cool. Nobody cares, Paul.
Yeah,
Buy a
nice.
new Jag as well.
No, not yet, but I'm trying to see about filling out the donation slips to Canada.
Well, how about the new well pipes? You buy any?
I'm working on it, Joe. I'm working on it.
Shit together, Paul.
I sold the Jag yesterday.
That's all right. I hope you got at least $1 for it.
I got $1.75.
Okay, that's good.
I was able to buy a Molson Labatt Sterling for it.
I was hoping you could get a 6-year kokanee for it at least, but
You got a 2-4 kokanee. That was
2-4. 2-4.
a 2-4.
Hey, Joe. What happened?
Do you know
to your
how
face?
hard it was to get my fucking lawnmower out of the garage with the
You're a
Jag
big
in
boy.
front of it?
You're a big boy.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was able to get it out.
You're a big boy.
My stepfather, apparently, my father-in-law, tried, and he put it back because he couldn't lift the lawnmower over his head.
You know, big boys don't cry about picking up big things. That's what happens. So just keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself.
I don't even know if you're going to be able to pick up your Jag because you're going to get here and you're not going to recognize the house.
Yeah.
Has it been painted?
It's a lot different than it was when you were here last.
Oh no. Oh, I'll just have to remember 6222.
Oh shit! Shut your fucking face.
Just remember that. We'll be good.
It can't
We'll
be
be good.
painted. Fucking.
Well, that doesn't help anything there, Joe. That's every corner on Niagara.
Well, you think I'm gonna say his whole address on the internet? What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, it's really hard to fucking type in his name into the interwebs and find it.
What's his name? Albino Rhino. Well, right here. 444. All right, buddies. Listen to this one. 444. Come find me. Come find me. Bring it. Bring it.
For Pennsylvania. I actually
Pennsylvania.
I'm curious how many Pennsylvania addresses come up as 444. I'm gonna check after we're done this
You
talk.
do it. Check
They
it.
do it. Fucking.
You know,
Amish people.
I'm in the phone book too. So.
I'm gonna say how many bear attack areas come up as 444.
You know, you'd be surprised.
How's your pipes?
Broken. Broken. Not working.
So what's going on? What's going on with your car? We were looking into Canadian law. Apparently, after 2 months, it's my car.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, good. Well, then I send you the keys immediately and the title as soon as I can. I was gonna.
You know what was funny?
my-
And we were making fun of how much of an asshole he was. As soon as he knew you were gone, Boychuk's like, "Hey, when can I come up to look at the car?"
Oh, so he just didn't want to see me. Okay, that's cool. Whatever.
I'm sure Boychuk doesn't watch your stuff, but fuck you, Boychuk.
Yeah, well, fuck Boychuk. He's an asshole himself, so fuck him.
Goddamn live chats. Can't stand it.
Me, Paul, and Scott tried to fix the car, and it just didn't work. We
You
tried
know,
to fix it.
The thing that's pissing me off is all the little things that I thought about after the fact that I could have done to try to fix it. That's what's pissing me off the most. Like, unplug the battery. If you unplug the battery, if it's a sensor error, they all fix themselves. Like little things like that.
Yeah,
And
but
I was
they would have come back on after you turn the car off and turn it back on.
Yeah, but I probably would have got at least across the bridge and out of your hair, and that would have made me happy enough. I don't care
You
if it
know
was on
what?
a road.
You
At
know
least it
what?
was in America.
Every message I send you is from my wife, not from me. I don't care if the car is in the garage. I don't really care.
I know. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm pretty upset.
I don't give
I
a
know.
shit.
Joe's very angry about it.
You know
All I
what? You know how many times how many times our vehicle's parked in the garage? Twice a year. So
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I really
Like when there's a massive snowstorm.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll get there and get it, and everything will work out.
See, the plan actually still might be good. It all depends if I can button up my well by Saturday. I'll just have to dump the wife's credit card, and get it, because my plan was coming up the 11th of June. That was the plan, because I have to get the
you know when
trailer.
you should come up? You should come up on the 18th of June.
The 18th.
18th. You said 8th.
Sorry, the 8th. Yes, the 8th.
You're making up dates now.
All different times.
I'm getting drunk, okay? I'm the only one drinking as much as I'm drinking. Maybe Lee is up to what I'm up to,
Bro,
but
I'm not like the fourth beer,
all the
Lee.
other one of you can fuck off.
No, you
What's
fuck off.
the 8th?
The 8th of June is a Sunday. I took it off, and I'm having a barbecue here. Simon's going to be here. Joe and his dad might be here. Hopefully Aaron can get here.
Okay. So when my truck and trailer break down in Canada, Joe and his dad can drive me home. That's perfect.
Exactly.
None of this is happening again. None of it's ever happening again. We're gonna.
You know what's going to be hysterical? What's going to happen is, this is actually what's going to happen. He's going to drive up in a truck to pick up his car, and his truck's going to be parked in the second spot of my driveway. His trailer's going to be on my front lawn, and he's going to be back in Pennsylvania. He has to come up with a bigger truck to pick up his truck, his trailer, and his car.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, absolutely, is put the Jag on the trailer, then park everything in your yard, and then you don't have to worry about it because it'll take up so much of your yard you won't have to mow it. Bing, 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 bing.
Good point. You can turn it into
That's
like
the reason you're not going to notice my house anymore. There's no lawn anymore.
you could turn his truck and Jag into like a really complicated flower planter.
What's going to happen is next year when Lee's here, we're going to be eating hot peppers on my front lawn, smoking cigars, and there's going to be no lawn at all because everything's fenced in.
Oh,
I like that
there's
plan.
a fence and everything around it now?
I just fenced the backyard and I'm fencing the front yard this weekend.
Okay.
His plans to keep all the pimentos out. Pigmentos.
Exactly. All the pigmentos can stay the fuck out of my yard.
Melanin
What a
bastards.
dick.
Actually, what happened was my wife wanted to do some vegetable gardening, and she said, "I want to do some vegetable gardening." And she goes, "Let's put it in the backyard." And I go, "No, no, 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 no. You did not just make me pay $2,000 for a new fence for you to take up kid and dog space with a fucking vegetable garden. We're going to spend $200 and I'm going to fence in the front yard, and we'll do our vegetable gardens in the front yard."
What kind of fence? Like a solid wooden fence, or
It's solid wood in the back, and it's going to be chain link in the front, because I don't care if people see the front yard. I just
Right.
need the dogs and the kids not to run out into the fucking street, and
Right.
people to come in and steal my Carolina Reapers.
Just wanna say something. McEwen's.
Which one is that?
McEwen's Scotch Ale.
That's the only one I've had, and it was fucking gross.
I've had it before, but it's been like 4 years since I've had it. But I've just given it a whiff now. It goes from smelling like a Scotch Ale to smelling like magic markers to smelling like asshole.
Yeah,
asshole.
It smelled like asshole. It tasted like haggis.
Magic
I
marker.
can't hear anything very well. But I'm gonna try.
It tastes like tossing a Scottishman's ass. Great.
I used to like that one.
I checked out this new beer book that I just got, and I'm pretty sure a Canadian wrote it, because the Canadian section is 20 pages long, and every other page is 2.
Well, in Canada we actually use full sentences when we talk and write.
What do you mean? Get her done! I don't know what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
For fuck's sake, Lee.
Oh, holy fuck! It's bigger than I thought. I mean, the Canadian section is massive. I haven't heard of most of these. Wild Rose, Yukon. But yeah, I was actually surprised because there's a lot of. I thought I was pretty much. I was like, well, I'll go through the Canadian section. And I'll have a good amount of these because the beer festival. I was like, well, I got one.
Yeah,
I had
dumb idea. Really
I was like,
dumb idea.
wow. I like to check off beer. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't write it down in a spreadsheet.
You should. That's the way to go.
Faggot. Anyway. But yeah,
That's so not nice. That's so not nice.
well, I mean, there was even the Prince Edward Island Brewery. And,
Oh, really? Gahan on there, eh?
Yeah,
Gahan or Gone?
Yeah.
Gahan and Pop House and
Gahani?
Gahan. They'll pronounce even at the brewery. They'll pronounce it Gahan.
Yeah, well,
Gahan.
fuck them. They don't know any better. They're from Prince Edward Island. What do they know?
Yeah, Lee's the OG of this fucking beer tube and shit. Like, he knows it. He knows what's up.
That's right. My vast power, my vast power and wealth on BeerTube. I dictate how
And
things
his vast superior palate just dwarfs
Got
everybody.
beard
Well,
off.
yeah, that's a given though, because everyone else's palate is stupid.
He's fucking
You got Beardolph Hitler sitting over there in Nova Scotia.
That's right. That's right. Master race of beer tasting.
well, I gotta get going, guys. I'll
We're like the
just
master
hang on.
racist.
I'll see ya.
You taking off, Paul?
I gotta get going. I gotta run emergency.
Oh,
All
fuck.
right, well.
Oh, wait. I mean, see you later, Paul.
Emergency? What the fuck?
A robot died?
Yeah, probably a machine broke down. He's got a face. Paul to the rescue. You want to fucking, your machine breaks and you see fucking Paul coming in to fix it? I'm out of there.
However, if your Jag breaks, it means that Paul can't do anything.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a computer.
convinced he
Paul's
doesn't-
fucking like, huh?
What I learned is me, the albino that cannot drive, knows more about engines than Paul. But if it comes to a robot, Paul can fix it with blindfold on.
I'm convinced he doesn't fix robots. I think he fights robots. I think wherever he works, the robots tend to rebel once in a while. He's the only thing standing between us and Skynet at this point.
Okay, 5 viewers. Each of you give us a question right now.
Give us fucking questions, assholes.
We've talked about the beer store. We've talked about the Nova Scotia beer market. We've talked about the Niagara Falls beer market. We've talked about the New Brunswick beer market. Hey, what's going on in the New York beer market?
Well, Ithaca just came out with a summer seasonal called Cruiser. It's a Berliner Weiss. So, pretty
How
cool.
is that?
I don't know. I haven't drank it yet. But it smells pretty fucking awesome.
Was it a six-pack? Was it a single? What was it sold as?
Oh,
it's
he's
nice.
on here. He's on here. He says, "Hi, a magic marker in the arsehole."
It's sold in 6-packs.
Tastes like McEwen's?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty tasty. It's like most Berliner Weisses that I've had. Nothing absolutely amazing, but damn tasty and refreshing. And pretty cheap. I think it was like $1.79 for a single. Can't beat that.
Joe, remember when you asked what I was looking forward to drinking this summer?
Westbrook Goza, I know.
No, fucking Westbrook Rhubarb Remix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not many people are privy to that, though.
I fucking like to drink as
That's a
soon as...
well! That's a fucking well!
Coconut?
Both Forked River and Railway City both make a rhubarb beer.
Westbrook is one of those companies that not many people get distributed to their area. I don't think outside South Carolina, they came with 3 different specialty beers that like are basically whales because people can't pick them up. They had that table beer that you and I had, Chad, that was
Yeah, that fucking piece of shit.
yeah, it was average as best. But then they had a Flanders Red that was expensive, Mr. Chipper. Yeah. Aaron picked one up for Hewart to have because he's all about the Flanders. And then they came out with their.
You know what? Fuck him and his brother-in-law.
Okay. I agree. And then they came out with a beer called Rhubarb Remix, which was a rhubarb Berliner Weiss. Sounds pretty awesome.
We have been meaning to drink for the last fucking 3 months.
Mm-hmm. But now it's the perfect time because it is nice out. Perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying, yo.
But these the Berliner Weisses, the Gozas, the stuff like that. These are just really, really refreshing on a warm late spring evening, nice and just nice to drink, man. It's quaffable. It's Moorish. It's nice.
Laughable.
Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, let's just close this.
But I mean, if you really think of Berliner Weisses, much like the Gozas, how many Berliner Weisses do you see? You don't see a lot.
You see less, but yeah.
It's one of those styles that not a lot of breweries just attempt to make. And I prefer them to a lot of the saisons with Brett and just a lot of the sours in general. I think they do a better job of hitting the spot, at least for me, when it comes to somewhat of a sour beer. I mean, obviously they're not as sour as like a Wild Ale or Lambic or something of that nature, but I kind of
tart, crisp, refreshing.
Yes.
And great.
Yeah, you fucking crush these, and usually the ABV is under 5. Man, I don't know what this is because fucking New York State breweries refuse to put their ABV on the beer because no one needs to know apparently. Chad, I wanted to ask you because you haven't posted the review yet, but I did end up picking up Saranac's single malt Scotch Ale because for a 9% Scotch or wee heavy blended with a wee heavy aged in whiskey barrels for $1.79 a bottle, I figured I'd pick one.
For $1.79 a bottle? For $1.79 a bottle, you did not do bad at all. It is actually a really good beer for that price. It reminded me a lot of Innocent Gun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it. And at 9%, at $1.79, I actually wish I had remembered that it was $1.79 each, because it probably would have gotten a better mark than I gave it.
And just so many of these New York breweries, like the Ithacas and Ithaca. Well, it's kind of crazy that Ithaca is that cheap. Even Jack's Abbeys are $1.89, $1.99 for the 12-ounce bottles. And it's tough to pass those up to try. And I know Lee and Nick and even you, Chad and Aaron, you guys fucking $1.99. Like I'd buy a fucking 6-pack just to try it because it's cheap, and it is. It's like $10 for a 6-pack. You can't really beat it. But when there's so much to choose from, it's like I don't know. So much beer to drink as well. I have tons of beer, so it's like, do I pick this up? And yeah, it is $1.79 12-ounce bottle, but do I really want to tempt it? The Saranac, considering it's 9% and it's aged in whiskey barrels, for under $2 a 12-ounce bottle, I don't think you can really go wrong. Even if it's terrible, who cares? But yeah.
I concur.
Yeah.
Lee, you're not from the future, you motherfucker.
I am from the future. I am a fucking hour ahead of you. How is that not from the future?
True.
I am the albino from the future.
You're not from the future. You're in the fucking past, motherfucker.
Albinus rhinimus.
So have you went anywhere, Aaron, up in Montreal yet? Or no?
Have I gone anywhere?
Like to any, aside from Peluso, did you go to like any of the breweries yet or anything?
Lake District.
Tomorrow, actually.
What's that?
We're going to DCL
Oh, nice. Tomorrow, right?
tomorrow, so did I go anywhere else?
That's what I did. That's what I did, fuckers.
Ah, dude.
Terrible.
I've already forgotten what I did on
Right.
Monday night. Oh, no, I didn't, actually. No.
How?
I was going to go to Benelux, but I got a buddy of mine wanted to watch the hockey game on Monday,
This
so...
is how, Nick. This is how crushing the can cut my finger. I'm too strong for my own goods.
Aaron, did you actually go to the game?
Oh, fuck. I hate the Habs, dude.
Yeah, he's the opposite of you, Nick. You're a Habs fan. He does not like them.
Yeah, no, a buddy of mine did, though, actually. He worked at Ubisoft. I don't know if you got tickets through there or what, but...
For game 6, I was reading you could go to the was it the Pell Center? And
when they're not playing locally, I don't know if they do it every time, but definitely the bigger games near the end of the last series, they were selling out the Pell Center to watch it on the fucking big screen, basically.
Oh, shit.
I heard a lot of bars and pubs and stuff are very upset at them because that takes away a lot of the business because people are just going to watch it on the fucking huge jumbotron and hang out there as opposed to.
Hell, I would.
Yeah,
Bars are all full still anyway, man.
I'm sure.
I guess I'm just a sad folk because my team didn't make the playoffs.
That's
Even
cool. My
if they
team's like the
did-
worst in the NHL. That was
Even if they made the playoffs, I wouldn't be able to watch them at a Coliseum down here.
Well, the Sabres went to the Eastern Conference Finals back-to-back in 05, 06, 06, 07. They did the same thing here where you could go to the
The
arena.
Sabres went to the finals in 09 and 99, wasn't it?
Yeah, 9-9 with Brett Hall. Fuck Brett Hall.
I
Also
remember
fuck Brett
watching
Hall.
Toronto
Fuck
make
Brett
the
Hall.
conference final and then Sabres beating them.
Yep. And then Brett Hall.
What team do I cheer for, guys?
Ottawa.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Not
well,
favorite team.
Fucker.
Must have hated 07, huh?
Fuck you.
Oh, well, all this hockey talk means a piss break.
Yeah, for sure. You take your time, Lee, with hockeying it up.
What time is it, man? I'm gonna fucking check out soon anyway.
10:36.
35.
It's
That's
not
easy.
that late, Aaron. You're okay.
10:35.
You computer programmers, you only need an hour of sleep anyway.
Programmed.
I've been working my ass off all fucking week, so pretty tired actually.
Fuck off.
You
You're
actually
in
get-
Montreal. You're not working at all.
You actually get to relax the next couple of days? Or you still got shit to do? No?
Relax.
Remember,
what is that?
Aaron, send me a message on whether or not you're coming on the 8th so I can order food for you from Sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
When do you
I'll get
know
it
by?
from him. I'll get him to butcher whatever I need. I don't know, the
When do you
first?
know by?
A week before, so the Sunday before, so I can get him to get it for me for the
How many-
weekend.
How many people are showing up?
It matters how many people say they're coming. Right now it's just me and Simon and my wife and his wife and my kids.
Who are you inviting?
You, Aaron, Devin, whoever can come. Basically, whoever has made an effort to be here. So Tim can fuck himself. Karina can fuck herself. James can fuck himself. Paul can come. Booberry can come. Basically, anyone that's made an effort to be part of my life in the last year can be here. Everybody else can fuck themselves.
Nick said he's making a drive. I heard that.
Yeah. Nick's going to be here for my barbecue. Yep. That's what I heard, too.
Hey, if I lived closer.
24 hours for some food? I think that's good. We'll eat. What we'll do is we'll cook up Paul's haggis. It's still in my freezer.
Oh, God. That'd be some fucking good meat at that if I'm driving that far.
Well, Simon's coming. He'll get us some good meat. We'll get some beef jerky for you to bring home. His beef jerky was actually really good. Paul really liked his beef jerky. The toilet didn't like the beef jerky the next day, but me and Paul really liked it.
2 minutes left in the third. It's 4-4, and Chicago's on a power play.
What is it? 3-2 Chicago, Montreal,
3-1
LA right now.
LA series. So.
3-1, yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting drunk and I'm trying to remember what I watch at work right now.
The power play is almost over. It's probably going to go to OT. LA wins tonight. They're going to the final.
Yep, it'll be them in New York.
Pretty much a wrap anyway. Just give the fucking cup to LA.
Well, if New York goes to, I'd be going for LA. But the Habs aren't dead yet. So.
No matter who goes, man, LA's got the cup wrapped up pretty well.
Who do you think Jason Spez is going to?
Jason Spezza.
Yeah, Ottawa's already told him that he's done in Ottawa, so he's getting traded. Who do you think
How
he's
old
going
is
to?
Spezza now? He's got to be up there.
I think he just turned 30 this year.
He's only 30?
Yeah.
He's got a lot left then. I don't know. Whoever wants
I don't know, he has so many back injuries that I only give him like 5 more years.
Yeah.
Like,
Not that bad.
you know what? I actually got a back injury. This is the saddest thing, right? I used to be a strongman. I used to do the strongman competition. I used to do the Highland Games. I was a wrestling champion and all that. I was walking across my house and I pulled my back out. And since then, my back has been fucked. So I feel for these hockey players because all I did was walk, and I pulled my back out. So these professional athletes, and my uncle is part of the RCMP. He's an RCMP tactical medic. So he's like a SWAT team medic. So he's only there when it's something special. He's counterterrorism. And he broke his back when he was like 33 or so. And I now know from pulling my back that your back is just something that it's weird. Like I pulled my back doing nothing, and now whenever I do anything that I used to do in my younger days, my back is like, oh my god, you can't even move for 3 days.
Ooh. I've had back spasms, but nothing ever that bad. It usually just goes away and I'm fine.
Well, see, I'm stupid, right? I did the strongman, I did the Highland Games and all that. I brought a washer out of my house, and yeah, I couldn't walk for a few days.
By yourself.
Well, of course, by myself.
It's surprising. You can be in like really great shape. You can be really flexible and shit like that. But if you don't pick something up properly, you can throw your back right the fuck out. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta respect the fucking back, man.
Yeah.
The back, it's the only thing I respect. My knees, I've fucked my knees so many times in my life, but my knees are fine. It's my back. If I do anything to my back, I'm fucked for weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. Bad back pain or back problems puts you right out on your arse, man. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, well, that's the center. That's all your nerve bundles go right down your fucking spine. It's like you fuck that, you have problems. It's
Correct.
it's your entire support system. It really is. I mean,
Have you gone to bourbon there, Lee, or whiskey, or what?
I just
I
sent
am
a
drinking
message
whiskey.
to Don saying, Joe says you smell.
Excuse me?
I just sent a message to Don Riggs saying, Joe says you smell.
What whiskey was that?
That's some
Lee?
bullshit.
I didn't see it.
Lefroy 10.
Oh, fuck you and your Lefroy.
Well, I just went through 6 beers, so I had to switch to the whiskey.
Hey, did you end up trying Coeur de Bois while you were here?
No.
Next time you're here, tell me. I'm gonna probably get somebody like Duchette there or Ewart to pick me up a bottle or two before next beer festival. But we're gonna need to have a bottle of that here for sure.
Cool. Where is it available?
Saks.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, it's a maple whiskey. It's the best maple whiskey I've ever had. I can drink a whole bottle in a night, and it's unfortunate because it fucks you up the next day, but it tastes amazing.
Sweet.
Have
Well,
you had
Joe-
this, Chad?
Joe had a shot of it.
The Conmara
No, I've never had that.
Irish peated whiskey. Pretty damn good.
I have a 1 ounce bottle of it that Simon gave me for my birthday 2 years ago. It's still sitting back there.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I had the
I've not done any booze reviews in a while because I always get trolled by Jameson every time I do it. You're not doing it in the right glassware. Well, I don't want to wash a fucking shot glass.
Wrong. I mean, when you're wrong, you're wrong. 100%.
Oh, no. You gotta understand that you're definitely in the wrong every time.
Okay, now I know if I said that whiskey was made with hops or something, I'm wrong. But my taste is my taste, regardless of whether or not I'm drinking out of the
That's
proper
cool, it's wrong.
glassware.
Always
No,
wrong.
it's 100% wrong.
There is the right palates, and then there's the wrong palates. Yours, unfortunately, falls on the wrong palate side. Apologize. It's just how it is.
You may actually be 110% wrong.
Possibly. Give or take 10%.
Hey, 7 viewers, everybody say hi and give us a question. Give us something to talk about.
Come on, you fucking cunts.
Did you guys
Exactly
read Ewart's
what Lee
message?
says. Fuck you guys. Fuck Ewart. Fuck Ewart.
He said, "Hi, fellas, just tuned in to hear Aaron whine." I'm out.
Fuck Ewart. Fuck Ewart.
Whine about what, man?
I don't know. About being a little girl? I have no idea.
At least he's not a little bitch eating supper with his brother-in-law.
Yeah, it's Ewart. I remember bro-in-law is drinking fucking Budweiser. I can't hop
I'm
into
eating Franks and beans, so fuck you guys.
Frankie beans.
Beans and Franks.
Frankie
Beans and
beans.
Franks.
What movie is
Beans and
that?
Franks. Beans and Franks.
Franks and beans.
Wasn't that, fuck, fuck! I know that movie.
Do Google.
I'm Googling right now.
I'm gonna fucking Google this. Burb.
Something about Mary.
Yeah, something about Mario.
Something about Mary, but there was another movie that had that line too. That was before it, like 10 years before it. It
You're all
was
100% wrong.
For some reason, Adam Sandler comes to mind when I think about that.
Yeah, well, that was because that was after Adam Sandler zipped his balls up in his zipper. But there was
Adam
another movie. It
Sandler?
was
That wasn't Adam Sandler. That was
no, not
fucking
Adam Sandler. That was Ben Stiller.
It's
Stiller.
Yeah, something.
But what was the other movie before that? It was
Waterboy.
not Waterboy. No. It wasn't Adam Sandler. It was back in the 80s. It was something about Fred. What about something Fred? Oh, what the fuck was that movie? Oh, it had that line in it too. He was an imaginary friend named Fred, and he was fucking ugly.
Oh, yeah, I know. Wasn't it John Leguizamo or whatever the fuck his name is?
John Leguizamo, yeah.
No, I think it was before him. It was oh fuck! Now I gotta go to IMDb. Where's my mouse right now? Yeah, where's my mouse? Oh, it's not showing it. Fuck! What the fuck am I? How did that fall?
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred. That's it. I
Okay.
watched that as a kid. But
Does that actually have the beans in Frank's Bones?
I don't. It has something like that in it.
Oh yeah, it had Phoebe Cates in it.
Oh, yeah.
My wife bought me this years ago because of our things you can buy at the dollar store episodes. Oh fuck! It's still good. It's still good.
Beans and Franks are always good.
No. She bought this like 4 years ago, and it's good until the 8th of June, 2000. Maybe we'll have this at the barbecue.
That's all. If you fucking serve that, I'm out. That's some bullshit.
What is it? 2014.
I'm gonna know right now.
The best before date is the 8th of June, 2014.
That is the grossest shit ever.
She bought this years ago.
What kind of stuff will we have at the barbecue? I just spoke to Average Dad. He came in and fucking told you all the fuck off, except for Lee. He said he's the greatest dude ever.
What about Lee? Lee?
No, he doesn't like you. He doesn't like people without pigment. He just came in. He's like, Lee is the greatest dude I've ever met. The rest of those guys suck a dick. No, but
Tell him to go get another fucking giant can of fucking burrito. And
I just looked at him and said, "Fucking choke on your margarita." No, he just came in and I was talking to him and he said, "High possibility we could come, but I was just wondering what kind of stuff are you gonna order from Simon, like for the bar?"
What do you want? I was going to order burgers, and I was going to order some of his hot garlic sausage burgers.
Yeah, I'm down with some of that.
Yeah, his hot sausage garlic burgers are amazing. It's hot. It's your spicy garlic sausages, but in a burger with garlic on top of it.
Can't really beat that. That sounds good.
Again, once I know how many people are coming, I know what to order. I'll order probably burgers, some more of those hot dogs, some of the stuff that he didn't bring because he didn't know who was going to be here.
Mhm.
He was going to bring a whole bunch of specialty stuff for me to share with people, but he didn't know how many of our we're not going to come and pay any money for the beer festival. We're going to come for drinking with good people. People were going to come, so he didn't bring anything good with him. He was going to bring like the buffalo chicken burgers and stuff too. Like he actually makes a ground buffalo chicken burger. And he was going to bring that, but that's expensive, and he didn't want to bring it if people like Tim and Alejandro and everybody else showed up.
Cheap fucks, cheapskates, pieces of shit.
Yeah, basically, he didn't want to bring it if cheapskates showed up.
Or Aaron, if he shows up.
Yeah, if Aaron shows up, he only gets to eat the hot dog. Actually, you know what, Aaron? I'll fight you for those hot dogs because they're good.
Yeah, I think anything from a true butcher is good.
Yeah, those hot dogs are actually really good. Those are the hot dogs that they sell at the Air Canada Center, and they're actually good hot dogs. They're hot dogs, but they're good hot dogs.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
see.
really good.
We'll figure out what happens regardless, Aaron. Maybe we'll have to think of something where you can at least meet up and get the beer, and I can get the stuff from you as well, even if it's just for a little bit.
Yeah, You in a hurry to get them, are you? Or
No, I mean, I would just like to get the stuff to you because, well, no, there's no hurry, but I just figure that's a long weekend for me, so probably be the easiest within the next month or so.
Actually, I have a Karma Citra for you that's going to be fucking great. It's going to be what?
Oh, what'd you say? You're breaking up because your internet connection blows a beam.
Yeah, that's balls. Karma Citra.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had Karma Citra. How is Karma Citra?
So. Not really that awesome, to be honest.
See, because Karma Citra was apparently made to make fun of one of their sales guys, and it was apparently really, really good when it was first made. I'm curious what it's like now. Again, I like the Crazy Canuck now. I like the new Crazy Canuck now that they make it with Citra. I didn't like the original Crazy Canuck. I hated the original Crazy Canuck. Hated it.
The question I have is, do I share any of the beer you've given me with Chad? Don't know if I really want to. Some of it's awesome.
You don't have to do anything.
Bro, Bellwood's Bounty Hunter. What is it? The fucking what is it? Coconut vanilla.
Oh, fuck you! I'm bumping you and your dad, and I'm taking the Bounty Hunter.
Bro, number 1, not happening. Number 2, maybe I'll share it. Number 3, I'm drinking it in front of you. Number 4,
number 1, it's happening. I'm jumping you. Me and my sledgehammer are coming after. Fuck my sledgehammer. Me and my Matlock are coming after you.
What else do you have? That the Karma Citra. You have one of the specialty beers, No Sleep to Brooklyn. Is it, or what is the other one?
Then no, it's called No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh, No Rest for the Wicked. What's up, Chad? Chad's having a seizure. It's a cool time. But anyway, yeah. So I'm just gonna have I have the Los Angeles glass. Yeah, it is.
I gotta pee.
I think Chad's getting kind of drunk. Honestly, it's pretty awesome to see. I don't see him get fucked up too often.
How many beers do you think I did?
Take a piss. Just go take a piss, you drunkard.
My toilet is right over there.
Yeah, no, it's not really a toilet.
Beer though afterwards or not?
Huh?
Should I get another beer or not?
Huh?
That's a big. Yes,
Depends.
number 3. Number 3.
I pick 8. Go take a piss and do whatever you want. It's your channel.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Probably fucking your one ball.
Apparently my foot broke my floor.
Oh, wow.
Well, it had to happen sometime.
Yeah. Fucking people, man. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Is Paul back, or?
No, Paul's working on that.
But he's unmuted now.
Yeah. Well,
Joe, I think I have another. Do I owe you a monogamy Citra as well? I think I do.
You don't owe me anything, but yeah, I mean,
Well,
if you have one, I'm game for it.
I think you were getting home, so you were supposed to get that other one.
I am just very excited and hopefully able to pick up at least a bottle for myself because I don't like your Sticky Monkey from Firestone Walker, because I'm interested to see what they'll do with a quad. They call it a Central Coast quad, I believe they call it. And I forgot what they put in it exactly, but it's one of their blended, but it's a quad as the base beer.
Cool.
One of the newer releases, sort of like Velvet Birkin, but I don't know if it's going to reach it. I hope it does, though.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounded like Chad was raping a pterodactyl there.
Chad passed a stone. Fuck.
Yeah. Too many beers in too short a time for the Chad there.
See, Aaron, you really don't owe Joe anything, but on second thought, Joe's probably still gonna like drain for your parabola on camera. It'll be his first video on his channel.
It's sad that I've bought more parabola for other people than I have for myself.
You're gonna get away with it.
Considering I bought more parabola for other people than myself, I think I'm doing it wrong, right? Not the way
Well, you're doing it wrong if you're a hoarder.
You gotta do it the Jameson way, where he like bought like a whole fucking case of it. It was like, fuck you guys.
But he actually drinks it, so that's okay.
Yeah.
'Cause he's all about it. He's not one of those guys that buys 12 bottles and drinks one of them and trades the other 11 for fucking crazy whales. Because
Well, there's a big topic right there. What do you guys feel about the people that buy the whales and hold them just for trades?
I feel like murdering their grandmothers.
yeah,
Million times.
I probably have the strongest opinion of it because I talk about
If it
it.
were for the sake of me being able to trade with friends of mine, people I know that would appreciate the kind of beer, and I'm not incredibly interested in who I'm like what they're sending me back, like something like, say if I were to buy some whales and then send one to Lee or something, it'd be something like I'd appreciate like to see what he thinks of it. But if it was something exclusively to trade with people, like if I bought like half a dozen of them and hoarded them, that'd be a different story. That makes sense?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The people that hoard them and hold them until somebody will trade something they feel is.
I think that is.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the main reasons this hobby is going in a bad direction in a lot of respects when it comes to stuff like that. It's fucking, number one, beer is meant to be enjoyed. So if you want to go and buy 2 cases of some super limited shit and there's no allotment limit, have at it. Perfect example is what Lee just said. Jameson goes and buys a case of Parabola. You know what? Jameson probably drinks 90% of that Parabola because he thinks it's an amazing beer. He loves it. That's the whole point. You like the beer, you drink it. Enjoy it. That's what beer's meant to be. Beer's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah, you share it with friends. You don't use it as a bartering tool.
And then the second thing, share the beer. Don't buy it to trade. If you're gonna go and buy an extra 6 bottles of some limited fucking $25 bottle of beer, do it because you want to share it with people who are your friends, your family, who you know would appreciate and enjoy it. Not because you're hoping to save them for some whale 3 years down the line. Because if you're doing it for that, you're doing it for selfish reasons, and on top of that, you're stopping other people in the area that don't have access to that beer from trying it. Case in point, the Westbrook Goza I'm talking about. Three cases came into Premier. They didn't put a limit on it because they're thinking, oh, well, it's a Goza. Like it's the style is. Not a lot of people know about it. Whatever. A guy walked in and bought 2 cases of it and told the manager, I'm specifically gonna take these 2 cases and trade them all. Now, right there, that guy's an uber douche to take 2 cases of something he has no interest in buying just for trades because he knows it's limited and it doesn't have a good distribution. That guy, everything that's wrong with this hobby, really is.
Cockbag.
Yeah, cockbag is a good way of putting it. It's like, share your beer, enjoy it, but don't be a douche about it. And unfortunately, a lot of the people nowadays don't.
Speaking of cockbags, Ewert's on here again making comments. He said, Aaron was whining about being tired from working. Puss.
Speaking of people who troll or
You are jealous.
trade whales.
And then he said, new Crazy Canuck is pretty damn good. And then he goes on to say, by the way, everyone already commented on how terrible Joe's facial shit beard thing is.
They have.
Lucky Joe's 420.
It's okay.
He's
He wants to
pretty bad.
troll, but you're doing it wrong, bro. You're doing
He's
it.
not the very good. Yeah.
Nah, he's not doing it.
Can Ewert even grow facial hair?
I don't. He's tried, but then he cut it off because he said it itches. So who's the pussy now?
Harrison's Test Batch IPA.
Oh, I gotta go check the NSLC and see if that actually showed up.
That's actually interesting.
Here last week, but I think in limited quantities. I picked up 2 of them, but they're like $5.50 a bottle.
Oh, really?
It's $6.50.
Oh, it's a 650, is it? Okay.
Did they mention the hops? Is it regular old IPA? What's up?
They've been doing a couple test batches now, so I assume this is like from what I understand, it's like a combination, like they've been using certain different hops in different quantities and stuff. Apparently this is the one they thought was the best to release. So, I don't know.
3, 4, 5, 9.
Does it say what hops though, Nick?
Yeah, it doesn't say what hops.
Check. It doesn't say anything on the bottle. It's just a very basic label.
Alright, I'm gonna have to just research.
I'll Google it. Spelled Garrison wrong. Google will correct me. Hair? Interesting.
3459 is the one.
3459. Apparently, they also released 3445 or something as well.
3447, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had this one. I had one of the test batches at the beer fest, but it was a different one, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Mm. This one.
There you go. Oh, are you back? You're back. You said something.
Yeah, I'm back, bro.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? I use my massive skills to avoid a crisis.
Crisis.
Well, to delay a crisis so I could talk to you guys.
Where the hell's Guy, anyways? Is he working?
Probably
Yeah, he's
sucking
working.
multiple dicks at once. Shout out to you, Geek.
Street Fighter in that beer.
Carrots, Street Fighter, Citrus, and Old Ales.
Bing, 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 bing.
Test batch IPA. Oh, they're not saying.
I found the February release of. They released 3447 in February.
Yeah, they actually. I'm looking at their website right now.
Yeah.
They're saying they're not listing the malts or the hops. They're saying it's a secret. They say
secret.
bitterness. They say bitterness high, cereals hops. It's a secret. IBU's 51, 6.5%.
I found the Canadian Beer News article on it, and it was test batch 3459 is 6.5%, 51 IBU IPA with similar citrus notes. So it's IPA strength, but not the IBU bitterness, IPA bitterness. And they're saying tropical notes, similar citrus and tropical fruit notes. So I'm guessing like Citra or Mosaic or something. I'm putting Mosaic in there for Joe.
Yeah, well, I was saying, if it's Mosaic, that's cool. This is the first beer that I've had that had Mosaic hops that I wasn't overly impressed with.
Fuck you, Joe.
Green Flash's Road Warrior. It's an Imperial Rye India Pale that has Mosaic, Emerald, and Columbus, and
That would be awesome.
it was 9%, way too malty. I thought not enough hop presence.
Any of you seen plastic beer bottles in stores? Any thoughts? Don't want plastic containing any beer, even 2-on-1. Biggest disappointment rip-off beer have you had purchased? Mine was Mango Wise and $4, almost no mango. I don't know. I don't like anything out of plastic bottles, really. It's got to be either. I just barely accepted cans. Glass is the best, in my opinion. As far as
Barely. Well, because your opinion is worthless.
Yeah. You don't want anything in plastic because it doesn't last long enough. Oxygen can get through plastic.
Oh,
so.
doesn't certain plastics also leach? I mean, they have the ability to do that or whatever. If
plastic gets into the flavor, like it leaches into the beer.
Although the Europeans seem to do it a lot, though. There's a lot of European breweries that bottle their stuff in plastic bottles for some fucking reason.
You know, World War II happened in Europe, so don't judge Europe so quick.
I'm going to judge Europe. They started World War II, so...
Yeah, so, you know, they don't always make the greatest decisions.
Europe started, America finished it.
America. Finished it? I don't know.
Biggest disappointment rip-off beer you purchased? What do you guys think?
Well, Lee didn't purchase it, but he's going to have to go with Mango Magnifico.
What was the question again?
What was the biggest disappointment rip-off beer you've had?
What does he mean by rip-off beer? What the fuck?
I mean, like, what, a beer that is really disappointed?
No, I get the disappointed part, like what beer disappointed you most, but what's a rip-off beer?
One you buy out of a trunk, like Heavy Topper?
Hey, something that if you bought it and you paid me, I'm thinking you bought it and you paid more than you'd like.
Okay.
I'm guessing that.
Probably some of the batches of the Rare Bird stuff here in Nova Scotia were a fucking rip-off because their batch consistency is so bad that once in a while you'll buy like a 4-pack of their shit and it's just way too expensive for a real substandard broken beer, basically.
Yeah. Muskoka's fucking cellar-aged fucking, we didn't sell it last year, so let's put it in the box beers.
That Spring Oddity or
Spring immunity, but winter beard was better fresh, but they took away the option to actually drink it fresh from the LCBO anyway. So I'll say that was the biggest rip-off one I've had.
Hand pumpkin with no pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's a big cop-out, wasn't it? The hand pumpkin with no pumpkin in it?
Yeah, fuck them people. And I'm not really too happy about the way they've just been, like, sort of repackaging all their shit every year into different names. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, that Founders Pack?
Yeah, the Founders Pack. That kind of pissed me off.
They shipped that here, eh? We just got it not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw Dawn reviewed them.
But I mean, it's the same beers as they normally have. It's just different labels on it.
Yeah, I'm not. That's kind of dishonest, and it sucks, and makes me not like Gahan as much.
I've
I'm
never
not-
been there.
I'm not as offended, but I mean, it is kind of strange to just do a completely new labels just to celebrate the Fathers Confederation. What is it for? Like the 200, or is it the 100th anniversary, or 200th anniversary? Of
No, it was 100 and something. I thought.
150th of the Charlottetown conferences or something.
Yeah, Charlottetown Accords. Where it says Weyerbacher Goza, I guess, found a spot where he could get a bunch, bought 12 to drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about the Westbrook.
Oh, okay, Westbrook, okay.
So I guess more people within your circle, Aaron, will get more.
You're wrong, Aaron.
And then he says, show me how to trolley, show me how to trolley.
Well, you haven't watched long enough, then, I guess, you were to understand how this works.
I'm interested to see what Joe says, because he's the one I think that buys the most weird beer every time.
What was the question?
What was your worst cop-out rip-off beer that cost too much and you hated it?
Saranac. Something.
But they're Saranac's cheap.
No, because you go into Saranac expecting not shit beer, but like
mediocre crap beer.
Yeah, if you get a beer that's actually somewhat enjoyable, you're pleasantly surprised. So going into them.
Didn't you say you had to buy a case of the shit?
Case of what?
Saranac, or did you buy them in singles?
Oh, singles, $1.79 single.
He lives in New York. He can buy everything in singles.
Uwinta's, Chad, what was the name of the pumpkin beer, the oak age pumpkin beer? Oak Jack from Uwinta?
Oak Jack.
They, that shit was like $13 and a $7.50, which is expensive for the States. I know that's probably normal price for Canada. I was looking forward to that. That was like the first oak/bourbon barrel-aged pumpkin beer I've ever had, and that beer was terrible. And I heard really good things, and it gets good ratings and everything. It was just tasted like an apple cider. It was really fucked up.
Oh.
Yeah. It was not good. I mean, I shouldn't say it wasn't good. It was drinkable, but considering the price point, considering the hype, considering what it was, it sounded a lot better than it ended up being. So specifically, that was one of the beers that kind of let me down a bit, actually.
Do you drink that Uladu 30 yet?
I have not.
Because that's kind of disappointing beer, really.
Really?
Don't tell me that.
Hey Lee, did you ever have the Ass Kicker IPA from Garrison?
No.
No. This test batch reminds me a lot like that, except for they didn't fuck it up this time.
Oh, okay.
It's very earthy, I find.
I'm probably gonna go with Speedway Stout or a Big Black Voodoo Daddy from Voodoo, because they were just so boozy that I couldn't get any of the good flavors out of it, and they were both expensive, and they pissed me off. Ding, ding, ding. Palate stupid, I know.
Mangarita all the time, baby.
Margarita.
Gotta mangarita that shit up, bro.
But those are my two.
Biggest rip-off beer. Anytime I ever bought a 6-pack of Bud Light Mojito.
You still paid way too much. Yeah.
Because for what it is, it's way too much. Yeah. There you go.
I mean, at this point, I just have bought so many beers and have been disappointed, been pleasantly surprised that I don't know. It's tough. They all kind of fall into one whole thing where it's like it's
Yeah, I don't really consider anything a rip-off too much, though.
I don't. I mean, it's like I give you an example. Like I love Parabola, right? But I paid last year when I first got it, I paid $25 for a 650. It's like, is the beer good? It's fucking amazing. Is it worth $25 for a 650? Huh.
When there's all the other beer out there.
When you're talking, you have Bourbon County comes in a 12-ounce bottle for $5.50, $6. No, it's not. Like it's not, and it's not as hard to get as Bourbon County.
Which would be fucking rip-off, though. I think rip-off's a pretty strong term for any beer I'd actually spend money on. If I thought it was a rip-off, I would say it was. Now, if you buy it and it's gone bad in the fucking bottle or it's got quality control issues, then you've been ripped off. But you get a beer that quality control standards, let alone, your valid.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess a rip-off beer has to be one.
If you really want to say rip-off, I mean, look at these cheesy, gimmicky beers that some of the big boys do now and again, like History of the World and things like that. That you pay, they're basically marked up to like hundreds of dollars for probably a mediocre beer in a fucking swirl. You know what I mean? That's pretty rip-offy, if you look at it.
Would anyone who's ever had like Sam Adams Unitas or whatever, would they say?
Yeah, I mean, look at those beers that are.
You want me to tell you what the rip-off is that I'm thinking about it now? Really thinking about it? The Trooper beer. That's a fucking complete rip-off. $6.
No, to me, it wasn't as much of a rip-off because I knew it was going to be shitty.
Yeah, but I see you can't. I don't know if you can take and like even though I mentioned about you went to the hype and stuff. I don't know if you can take it. It's like price point against how good it is. And the Trooper was about as average can be for a fucking English pale ale, basically, or English bitter.
If you look at it that
$6 a fucking whatever, $500. That's
that English bitter bottle came in a bigger bottle than the DBA, and honestly, if they were the same price, I would buy the Trooper over
but
the
DBA is
DBA
$2
bigger.
for 12.
$2.99.
That's fucking the Village Beer Merchant.
It's $3.
Okay, but strictly
$3.
Strictly talking as people like us who are craft beer nerds who know what we're getting into for the most part with beers. Like, I think the question is more geared towards like, was there something that was like super overhyped? For craft beer nerds that ended up being a big ripoff for its price. Trooper, who here buying Trooper thought it was actually going to be anything but maybe at the best a decent.
Well, once you see a band name supporting it, I always automatically just think it's going to be
Also, now
shit,
it's kind of changing the definition of ripoff for craft beer.
No, I got an idea. What was that Dark Horse one that we had?
It was the fucking that was fucking terrible. Probably the worst beer.
That was disgusting.
King of the Forest. King of the Forest.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically like going to Dark Horse and beating up the people for ever bottling it.
Yeah, those fuckers put a spoiled beer in a fucking bottle and try to call it
purposely knowing that it was bad.
That's happening a lot more lately because
many
different breweries are dealing with wild yeast strains that are just getting all over the place. The brewery, for example, out in California, they brew a ton of fucking crazy imperial stouts, and some of them are starting to get infected here and there, and it's just like they bottle them anyway, and they're just like keep it cold for X amount, blah blah blah, and it's just.
That's the point. Do they know it's bad when they bottle it? Yes or no? And that's what do they know that it? Well, no, that's just a little funk. It'll die down and everything will be good. Or this is fucking bad, but we got to make money off it. Let's bottle it so morons like you will buy it. I mean that kind of thing. Well, I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
It's funny because this is it's funny you said that about Europe, but like I just picked up the Westbrook Goza. I have a couple bottles for him or cans for him, Aaron and Chad, and he's talking about buying a 12-pack off some fucking site in Carolina, having it shipped to his house, and I'm just like, you don't even know if it's fucking good. Like, yeah,
Well,
I can give you a couple cans of it to try, and then if it is, order some. Like, I don't.
about
See, I was just joking. You're just hating on your.